shades on. Hustle real hard, no days off. Hold me now, unless we all get caught up. Young boy, like Braveheart. You know what it is, you know what it ain't. Get it how you live, take it to the bank. Night time, don't get jumped. Bike ride with the clip top. Had them all ops, copy slipping the store clerk. Got the cops involved. My pops came through in a clutch before I saw the autopsy. Imaging ran the streets, though, but not this.
Tonight, we celebrate our seniors. Well, we have a great matchup between the Auburn High School Tigers and the Bob Jones. Welcome back into Countdown here from Samford Stadium. We're just moments away from that senior night presentation that'll be on the field shortly. And then, of course, kickoff is at 7. But first, we want to recognize some players. Player profile, we're going to all pick one senior from each offense, defense, and special teams, highlight them, and tell us why their performance is key for the Tigers to get a victory tonight.
So I'm going to start off on the defensive end of the football. Jimmy Vickerstaff, number 5, down low. He lines up across from the Auburn commit, Powell Gordon, and he has been a difference maker this season. He has been able to get to the quarterback, get some pressure, and also stuff the run. So Jimmy Vickerstaff has been a big part of this football team that they might miss next year.
Yeah, and then I'm going to continue on the other side of the ball with VJ Leverett. He's a wide receiver, and he has 12 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. He has been a difference maker on the offensive side of the ball, really giving Clyde Pittman a place to go to whenever he's under duress. And, yeah, he will be sorely missed once he graduates.
And then I got Josh Owsley on the special teams. Senior, obviously. He's 4 of 8 from field goals with the long of 51. He's been 22 of 24 with extra points. He's gotten some college offers, and then 25 touchdowns. Tonight, we celebrate our seniors. Well, we have a great matchup between the Auburn High School Tigers and the Bob Jones Patriots here at Samford Stadium. A lot of you might not know. Welcome back into Countdown here from Samford Stadium. We're just moments away from that senior night presentation that'll be on the field shortly. And then, of course, kickoff is at 7. But first, we want to recognize some players. Player profile, we're going to all pick one senior from each offense, defense, and special teams, highlight them, and tell us why their performance is key for the Tigers to get a victory tonight.
So I'm going to start off on the defensive end of the football. Jimmy Vickerstaff, number 5, down low. He lines up across from the Auburn commit, Powell Gordon, and he has been a difference maker this season. He has been able to get to the quarterback, get some pressure, and also stuff the run. So Jimmy Vickerstaff has been a big part of this football team that they might miss next year.
Yeah, and then I'm going to continue on the other side of the ball with VJ Leverett. He's a wide receiver, and he has 12 receptions, 144 yards, and a touchdown. He has been a difference maker on the offensive side of the ball, really giving Clyde Pittman a place to go to whenever he's under duress. And, yeah, he will be sorely missed once he graduates.
And then I got Josh Owsley on the special teams. Senior, obviously. He's 4 of 8 from field goals with the long of 51. He's been 22 of 24 with extra points. He's gotten some college offers, and then 25 touchbacks, which is big. That's hard to do at the high school level. And one thing with kickers, even the great teams in high school, that can be hit or miss. You never really know what another team has in their kicker, and that's really big in those late game situations in a close game, which we'll likely have against Central Enterprise. Maybe IMG, cross your fingers if that can be close. You're going to need a kicker, and that could end up being the factor in that one. So let's go ahead. We're going to make some picks on the Friday night lineup before we get out of here. So our biggest game, one of the biggest games across the state, Thompson, Mountain Brook, both 5-0. Between the Warriors and Mountain Brook, the Spartans, who do you guys think is going to win?
I don't think I can see Thompson losing this game. They have been unstoppable. They have a lot coming back from their team that beat us in the state championship last year. They look like the team to beat in Alabama. I'm going to take Thompson over Mountain Brook in this one.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to agree with you. Thompson, number 1 in the state, number 5 in the nation. I can't see them losing a game either. They're not only undefeated, but they're also playing perfectly on both sides of the ball. So, yes, the Thompson probably going to win.
I got to go with Thompson as well. Big thing and a big tell of how good they are. We all know they're good, but how good is they played number 2 Hewitt-Trussville in the state last week, completely blew them out. So if you have a 1-2 matchup and number 1 blows someone out, or either person blows someone out, you can tell they're really good. Next up, we have Hoover, also undefeated at 5-0, and then a team the Tigers have already seen this year. Hoover will be traveling to Prattville, a tough place to play in Stanley Jensen Stadium. Prattville's 4-1, that one less coming to Auburn. Who do y'all like between the Bucks and the Lions?
Honestly, Hoover has seemed like one of the teams to be in Alabama over the last few years. But honestly, I think I'm going to take Prattville in this one. They look pretty solid on the defensive end against Auburn. And Hoover is going to have to travel to Prattville and take them on. So I like Prattville in this one.
Yeah, not so fast. I'm going to have to disagree with you. Hoover is known as one of the best teams in the state as of late, along with Thompson and last year Auburn. And like I said with Thompson, I do not see them losing another game, and also got a lot of people that are probably going to be going to the college level on their team, so I don't see them losing this one.
I agree. I think Hoover likely to be the matchup against Thompson to get to the state championship on that side of the bracket. I don't see them losing this one. I'm also going to go with the Hoover Bucks on the road. Next up, we have Opelika. They're 3-2, lost their first game, then lost to Auburn. Playing at Central, a team Auburn will see next week at home. Central is undefeated. Who do you like between the Bulldogs and Red Devils?
I'm seeing the Red Devils come out on top on this one. They have looked very solid this year, and Opelika has not looked amazing. We won a close one against them, but they have improved as of recent. But I do think that the Red Devils of Central are going to come out with a victory on this one.
Yes, I will have to agree with you on this one. I think Central will win at home. I was going to pick Opelika if it was at home for them, though, comparing how they played against Auburn. But since it's at Central, I think it's going to be very close. I feel like this Opelika team has a new energy to them this year, but Central comes out on top.
Yeah, after that Auburn game, Opelika's had some really big wins, points-wise, and I think their offense has really improved. All that to say, I think Central's also really good, even though I think they are more beatable than in years past. I am going to go with the Red Devils. Like you said, I think that one could be a little bit closer. And then we have the game here, senior night in Samford Stadium. The Bob Jones Patriots, 3-2, coming to take on the undefeated Auburn High School Tigers. Who do you like between the Patriots and the Tigers?
I think this is Auburn's game to lose. They have everything going in their favor. 5-0, first half of the season is done. Auburn just needs to stick to what they know, and they will win this game.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of energy going into this game. Of course, senior night, but obviously I'm going to pick Auburn because their team is just so outmatched against Bob Jones. Their offense, their defense have played stellar as of late. 5-0, done with the first half of the season, and they're looking to continue it into the second half with this win tonight.
I agree with you. You could definitely make the case that Auburn could be looking ahead to that Central game. Auburn is 5-0. This game doesn't technically matter towards the playoffs. All that to say, I do think the Tigers will win. There's a lot of emotions on senior night. It could be a little bit closer than people might want in the first half. I do think the Tigers will pull away late, and we all pick Auburn in that one. Well, that's going to do it for AHS Countdown. Coming up in just a second, we'll have the senior night presentation and then kickoffs at 7. So from all of us, Patrick, Max, and Caden, thank you for tuning in to AHS Countdown.
Hey, loser.
Leave me alone.
When a child shares hurtful comments online, that's bullying. Visit erasebullying.ca to learn how to help your child stand up to cyberbullying.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything isn't everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
So I wanted to talk with you and your mom today, Lily, because of some of the changes your friends and teachers have seen in you lately. And along with the incident the other day, you were with Derek when he was caught selling marijuana.
Yeah, he was selling it.
Honey, we know. But we care about you and want to know what's going on.
That's right. We'd like to understand it better and see how we might help. And if weed is a part of it, we want to make sure you know about the negative consequences for someone your age. So, can we talk?
Talk. They hear you.
keeping with Auburn high tradition, tonight we will recognize our senior football players, managers, and cheerleaders. They're joined tonight on the home sideline by their parents and loved ones. This will be behind U11, number 1, Brad Harper. Number 2, Connor Bailey. Number 2, Ed Duke. Number 3, Killian Massey. Number 3, Trey Nell. Also the trained manager, Storm Person. Number 4, Nelson Code. Number 5, Jimmy Vickerstaff. Number 6, Justin Gawak. Number 6, DJ Levette. Number 7, Jadon Mel. Number 7, Carson Yancey. Number 9, Bakari Daly. Number 9, Josh Owsley. Number 11, Jemiah Pitts. Number 13, Khalil Randall. Number 15, Sean Harden. Number 15, Trent Holcomb. Number 17, Marcellus Carter. Number 17, Marquand Pitts. Number 20, Colin Gibson. Number 20, Howard Wharton. Number 24, Jalen Wheatfall. Number 26, Deshaun Hill. Number 27, Damian Anderson. Number 28, Kevin Everett. Number 29, Carter Mayo. Number 30, Sharif Muhammad. Number 30, Jaquavius Smith. Number 41, Latrell Williams. Number 42, Cedric Todd. Number 50, Jackson Holiday. Number 53, Matthew Watkins. Number 54, Devonta Donahue. Number 55, Joe Frazier. Number 55, Omar Muhammad. Number 56, E.J. Harris. Number 65, Dakari Lebeau. Number 73, C.J. Nell. Number 74, Drew Bobo. Number 78, Malik Mason. Number 80, C.J. Askew. Number 88, Will Waller. Number 89, Tucker Cantrell Wright. Number 95, Jaleb Moore. At number 98, Cam Smith. The managers, Cole Crushard, Maddie Fowler, Will Rock, and Elijah Wright. Student trainers, Laurie Lee Farmer, Mary Grace Pack, Catherine Worthy. Senior cheerleaders, Sarah Margaret Barther, Ashley Chase, Gabby Freeman, Layla Haynes, Tess Hudson, Claudia Jackson, Caitlin Littleton, Millie Mills, Aubriana Reese, Lawrence Smith, Sophie Snyder, Ansley Tatum, and Anijah Williams. Let's have a big round of applause for our 2021 senior football players, managers, trainers, and cheerleaders.
Is this cord important? Yes, that's power. Oh, shoot. You have a battery on it. Max's power cord got unplugged, but he has a battery. Well, yes, we put it back, but... No, we left it.
No, it got unplugged in the middle of me going down the line. That's why I got iffy at the beginning. It unplugged on my foot.
Max, just just a tip, if you're looking for something, look with your eyes and not the camera. So like if you can't find the ball or something, don't swing the camera around. Look with your eyes before you move the camera.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dr. Kristen Herring, Superintendent of Auburn City Schools, and Dr. Shannon Pignato, Principal of Auburn High Schools, we welcome you again to Samford Stadium, home of your Auburn High School Tigers. At this time, we wish to recognize the seniors of the Auburn High School Marching Band, class of 2022. Please join us in congratulating our seniors in alphabetical order. Ansley Abernathy, Amber Berrien, Taylor Bice, Ben Bigham, Kyle Brackett, Evan Combs, Shemaiah Fears, Cadence Fitzpatrick, Grace Greer, Molly Gregson, Sydney Hamilton, Alicia Harp, Zakiah Hightower, Brayton Hill, Barrett Ingram, John Israel, Cole Jackson, Jada Jarvis, Kai Jones, Emily Jordan, Jacob Jordan, Cameron Jordan, Aaliyah Key, Abby Ledbetter, Dee Lee, Max Lyles, Pierce Minert, Fine Moon, Clara Reagan, Hannah Ritchie, Grace Rose, Brendan Royal, Bailey Scales, Layla Scott, Ellie Shoemate, Jordan Simmons, Sarah Morgan Smith, Tykeria Smith, Jameson Stevens, Allie Tarpley, Joshua Thomas, DeAndrea Tolbert, Eli True, Haley Walker, Evan Weigel, Ricky Worms, Trania Wilson, Will Worth, Alex Young, and Marjorie Zuniga. Please join us in congratulating the Auburn High School Marching Band Seniors, class of 2022. the band performs the Auburn High School Alma Mater, conducted by AHS Director of Bands, Miss Deanna Marshall. Please continue standing as we honor our nation with the play of the national anthem.
Captains for tonight's game for Bob Jones, number 9, Eli Williams, number 19, Dantavius Gordon, number 72, Austin Barnes, and number 97, Alexander Hovis. For Auburn High, number 27, Silas Mason, number 50, Jackson Holiday, number 95, Jay Lepore, and number 98, Cam Smith. Bob Jones wins the toss. They elect to receive. Auburn High will kick and defend the south goal. Tonight's game sponsors are Guthrie's and Iron Smokehouse. Thank you for your support of Auburn High Athletics.
white pants. We're about ready for action here tonight as Auburn looks to get off to a fast start here against the 7A opponent, Bob Jones.
I can read the numbers.
Yeah.
I can read the numbers. Are these the new jerseys?
Well, the new ones were last week at white ones. These
I can read these numbers.
Well, they might have been redone, but that's always a good thing.
I can read the numbers. I couldn't read them. I hadn't been able to read them in other home games. It's been hard to tell what they were.
Well, we missed the coin flip, but I can go ahead and tell you what happened because I see Josh Owsley on the field.
Yeah, we're kicking off.
That means Auburn's is kicking off.
Yeah, we'll be defending the scoreboard end. What's that? The west end of the stadium or the south end of the stadium?
Yeah, because the sun set dead across us, so that's the west.
That's the south.
So Auburn will be kicking towards the locker rooms. No real wind to speak of here tonight on a gorgeous, gorgeous fall night here.
Yeah, this is football weather. This is where it's supposed to be right here. I'm assuming heat timeouts have been called off.
Yeah, because we're under 70 degrees at kick.
That's great.
Owsley back to kick off. Back deep, Fields and Hubbard for the Patriots of Bob Jones. Owsley has been very good in putting it out of the back of the end zone on the year. He will approach and kick it away. It's a high kick that will land about 5 yards deep, and the defense for Auburn High School will take the field. 1st and 10 for Bob Jones at their own 20-yard line. Last week, Jeff Davis started from their inside, either on their 20 or about the 22-yard line all night long. It's a tall task.
They stayed backed up a good bit, and it's hard to overcome that when you're playing against a very good defense. And Auburn High School has a very good high school defense.
Auburn High.
Trips.
3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top of the formation, 4 down linemen for Auburn High, keeping 6 in the box. 3-on-3 and solo receivers. On the other side, jet motion, little pop pass, trying to get to the outside. Auburn High does a very good job of stringing it out, and then it's going to end up being a tackle for a loss as Hardy tried to get the edge, tried to get it to Fields. Auburn does a great job of just stringing it out. It's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, they just came out in trips to our right, offense's left, and the inside receiver went in motion. They just ran a little pitch. It was basically a speed sweep, but you pitched it to him, it becomes a pass.
Yep. 2 receivers to each side for Bob Jones. Once again, motion coming in. Hardy takes the snap, little inside zone, and now it turns into an RPO into the open field. It's a first down across the 35 towards the 40, and it's going to be first down yardage, looking for his tight end, Brody Cooper, and it's going to be a gain of about 21 on the play, first down.
Yeah, they did a great job faking. The quarterback faked the inside zone right up the gut, and they ended up with an extra blocker in the perimeter, and we weren't able to recover quick enough and got a big gain out of it.
Tolan on the tackle, in for the injured Powell Gordon. 3 receivers once again to the near side. Hardy takes the snap. It's again inside zone, and he's going to keep it up the middle. Has 5 at about 6. Actually, that one was a midline read, not the zone read. Auburn, as Bob Jones read, Braden Joyner on the play. Gain of 6. Second down and 4.
You know, the quarterback, I'm watching him on film. He's a very good ball handler, has good feet, and like I said earlier, he'll beat you with his feet.
3 receivers once again to the left side. That's where they've been pretty much all drive long. Hardy drops back. Auburn's coming in. Now Hardy's going to break out of the pocket. He's going to end up getting about a yard on the play. Looked like Auburn was about to be able to converge for the sack. Nice job there by Hardy. Good feet in the pocket, steps up. Auburn, Brad Harper had a shot at him, but then ends up tackling for about a gain of 1 on the play. Third down.
Well, we had good penetration in the middle. We had good hard edge rushing, but had good penetration in the middle. And that's what made that thing, the quarterback had to take his eyes off him downfield and protect himself.
Tight end attach set for Bob Jones. 2 receivers to the near side. Tight end up top, and it's a little RPO slant route. Has his receiver broken tackle into Auburn territory across the 40-yard line. Passing complete was Hardy as he found Fields for the first down.
Yeah, just throwing to the wide side of the field to the inside receiver, and just nothing fancy, just a quick slant. You know, the kind of plays that 10 years ago you'd get somebody hurt.
Right.
But now with the targeting penalty, you see a lot of people taking shots over the middle.
Gain of 18 on the play. First down and 10. Bob Jones from the Auburn High School 35. On the initial drive of the game, Bob Jones has gotten into Auburn territory. Hardy And it's just a straight quarterback power up the middle. He breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle. Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and short coming up. Auburn High School has yet to give up a point in the first quarter this year. Bob Jones looking to break that streak.
Yeah, it was just a quarterback, basically a quarterback, what you call a quarterback ISO. And I noticed the splits were extremely big and still are on the right side of the offensive line. They had big splits so they get a big hole to run through.
Bob Jones rolls to the right now, looking for the flat defender, not there. Hardy now tries to lower his head and run. No gain on the play, third down and short coming up. They marked him at about a gain of 8 on the last play. Now they're going to say he lost one.
Yeah, a sprint into the boundary. The only problem with that is you got 2 receivers. It gets your field that you have to defend, and his opportunity to throw the ball is very small. It just doesn't have much room, and we had it well defended, and he had to pull it down. The pursuit got him for basically maybe a half-yard gain.
Third down coming up. Auburn giving up 20% of third downs on the year. Bob Jones has already converted 1 here on this drive. Hardy goes hard count now. Everybody looks over to the sideline. You got a tight end attached to the left side, twins to the right. That's the short side of the field. Auburn shows outside heat. They're going to hand it up the middle. First down, broken tackle, and almost breaking a second tackle, but Brad Harper able to wrap up the running back. Gain of 7 on the play, first down.
Yeah, just an inside zone, and he just stuck his foot in the ground and broke it back against the grain and had a good run. We had, like you said, we had a missed tackle. Running back was running pretty hard. That's the first time I've seen that out of them.
He had, let's try to get the
28.
He had 132 yards on 22 carries a week ago. 2-by-2 set for Jones. Bob Jones once again rolls to the right side. Hardy looking for the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. A little bit too far. Just a little flat-out concept there by the Patriots. Auburn able to flush it. Hardy can't set his feet as...
Right there. Just watching the replay right here, our interior line was being held pretty good.
It looked like
nobody saw it.
Looked like that was Braden Joyner.
Yeah, 75. He was turning around going, "Hey, Ray Ralph, this is pretty obvious."
Yeah.
Well, my jersey's being pulled.
2 receivers to each side. Hardy play action, wants to slant over the middle of the field. Has his receiver. He's going to race into the end zone. That is Kelly Fields on the catch and run. 21 yards on the strike. Touchdown. 7:32 left to go here in the first quarter. Bob Jones strikes first.
Basically the same play. They ran to the left. They just ran it to the right. And then, like you said, had a missed tackle again. So that's two times they've run that play with a missed tackle. They're getting a water bucket right here. We need to adjust, and we are now. Most people that get in a water bucket, if you don't adjust, they're going to get 2 points out of it.
If you don't have the numbers correct one way or the other, they're going to look to try to get the 2.
You don't have to be ready to play, but you do to be lined up at least. And we did.
On to kick is Wheat. Snap down, the kick on the way, the kick is up, and that kick is good. 7:32 left to go. Bob Jones goes down the field on an impressive 80-yard drive. I said earlier this week in a conversation, no team has driven down the field with no big plays against this Auburn defense. Bob Jones did it. 8 plays for the touchdown, or 80 yards for the touchdown.
You got on just on 2 of the key plays, you had missed tackles.
Yeah,
and that's something that has not been typical of Auburn's defense, is these missed tackles. Now, one thing they are doing a good job is getting the perimeter covered, and when they run routes in the perimeter. But these slant routes, it's the same pass. They've run it twice now. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defensive coaches make.
11 plays, 80 yards for Bob Jones and a touchdown. 4 or 5 on the drive for 59 yards was Hardy on that drive. And then that 6 carries as a team for 22 yards.
It'd be interesting seeing the adjustments defensive coaches making. They're in there. They're under the tent now looking at stuff.
And now Auburn High, for the first time this year, Auburn High trails.
Is this the first time somebody scored in the first quarter?
Yes, sir.
That's right, the whole year. That's pretty impressive. But to do it on your first drive and do it that quick, that's a good opening drive for Bob Jones.
Weeda will approach, and he'll sky it to the far side, and Auburn will have it at the 20-yard line, coming back the other way. Trying to get a block is Daly. Daly's going to make one guy miss. He's at the 40. 45, he's at the 50. Got the kicker to beat The kicker does his job and ends up making a tackle, but Auburn High is going to have it 1st and 10 at the Bob Jones 44-yard line.
Boy, Monday they're going to give him a hard time if the kicker made a tackle in open field on him. They are not going to let him forget that. And Coach Etheridge, I'm sure, will be running that back a few times.
Kicker.
A kicker.
Kicker, Bakari.
Let that kicker tackle you.
2-by-2 look here for the Tigers. Your running back is Bakari Daly. He's going to motion out, and no numbers here. Auburn High should have something set up, and flag on the play on the far side as offside. So Auburn also, unfortunately for Auburn, might have tipped their hand a little bit because Bob Jones had no idea what they wanted to do with that motion to the short side.
Well, he really just shifted. Is more than motion. He shifted to an empty set into the boundary. He trips into the boundary, twins to the field. I didn't see any adjustments by Bob Jones. One linebacker made one step, and it looks like I got the same look now as far as the 2-by-2.
Yeah, but
I don't see a flat defender unless they're in cover 2.
And now Killian Massey into the game. It's going to be an offsides, and it's going to end up being a first. This should, if it's on Bob Jones, defensive end jumped, it's going to be a first down.
Yep.
So it's going to be
first down without running a play.
Yeah. 2 penalties for 10 yards, and the defensive end kind of frustrated on it. Zane Lynch, the linebacker, a 5'10", 195-pound senior, he jumped, got into the neutral zone. In high school football, that's automatic. Killian Massey, your running back. Clyde Pittman, the quarterback, moves Massey to his right side, and another whistle. And that's on the far side. It's either an offside. It's an offsides once again. Offsides on Bob Jones. Auburn has gained 15 yards without running a play.
Yeah. I don't have any words. I've never seen that before.
Me either.
Well, you're still in 2-by-2, and what I'm looking at looks like to me Bob Jones in man coverage out of this, and
now Auburn goes 3-by-1. This is what Auburn wants to see. How is Bob Jones going to guard the 3-by-1 set?
Looks like it's man.
And Pittman, RPO, underneath has Cam Etheridge, going to have first down yardage on 1st and 5, gain of 7 on the play. 7:12 left to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0, Bob Jones leads.
As man, but we ended up running a 2 and 3 rub. And what I mean by that is the 2nd and 3rd receiver rubbed and got good play out of it.
So, yeah, that's an RPO there. You get the rub on the outside with the receivers, and then you can hand off on inside zone if you want to. 2 receivers to the left, solo receiver to the right for Pittman. Massey now moves down to the right side. Here comes Daly on a little pop pass. Auburn has good blocking, cuts back to the left, gets hit hard at the 15-yard line. Going to be close to first down yardage on Daly. It was I believe that was a pop pass, so has the pass on the play.
Yeah,
second down and
what you're calling a pop pass, I mean, if some of you old coaches out there, if you're listening, that's just a speed sweep, but he pitches it. No different. Just instead of handing it off, he pitches it. It's a safer thing, and it's a quicker because the runner doesn't have to slow down. He can go full speed.
The other thing is if he drops it, it's an incomplete pass, supposed to be. Auburn moves into the red zone, presented by Byron Smokehouse Breakfast. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for 30 years. Pittman keeps it. He's going to break off one tackle, break off a second tackle. He's going to race it to the end zone for the touchdown.
That was an outstanding read by the quarterback. He ran the inside zone. I mean, their guy came in and just exploded on the mesh, and he disconnected, ran squared up on one of the linebackers, spun on him, and then walked into the end zone. Great run.
Yeah, he made 3 or 4 guys miss on the play. Clyde Pittman from 15 yards out, give him 6. And for Pittman, that is touchdown number 3 on the ground on the season.
Well, they scored. We answered with a score. Now let's see if our defense has made some adjustments and can do what we need to do.
Auburn with 6:04 left to go here in the opening quarter. Owsley on to attempt the PAT. This is where Auburn struggled last week. The snap goes through the holder's hands. The PAT will be no good, and Bob Jones will hold the lead 7-6 with 6:04 left to go in the opening quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I ain't never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic. and schedule your appointment today.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
Bob Jones goes 11 plays, 80 yards for the touchdown. Auburn High School, with the advantage of 3 penalties, goes 44 yards in 3 actual plays and scores the touchdown. The extra point still not working, and it's 7-6. Bob Jones leads.
And those 3 plays were all runs.
Yep.
Were all runs. A sweep and an inside zone with the quarterback kept.
And this kick is going to be taken at about the 4-yard line. Coming back the other way is Bob Jones. Hello, Clark Cleveland. He's going to meet the receiver, and that's where he's going to go backwards. It's going to be marked forward. Forward progress is going to be marked at the 16-yard line. Clark Cleveland, a starter on special teams, makes the tackle, and that's going to be first down for Bob Jones right at their own 16-yard line.
I tell you, it was great coverage. Great coverage. He broke through there. He just like nobody even sniffed him.
Yep. Let's see what Bob Jones does after a great drive to open the game.
Well, they took advantage of linebackers walking up from the outside and blitzing, so let's see what happens here.
A little inside handoff there. Nothing going on the inside zone. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 coming.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just straight ahead. Maybe trying to set something up.
Well, if you're going to run RPOs and play actions off of inside zone, you got to run the inside zone.
You got to run that play. That's right.
It's a lot like the triple option with the fullback dive. You still got to run it to set everything else up. 2-by-2 set once again for the Patriots. Hardy goes hard count. Auburn jumps off sides.
Looks like they were going to throw the ball with 2nd and 9. Looks like they were going to throw the ball and just never had a chance to do it because of the jump.
Rayshawn Hardy, 6'2", 205, a junior. He is being recruited, and he's a good-looking athlete at quarterback. Looked really good on the first drive for Bob Jones. So that's the 4th offsides we've seen here tonight. That's the first one on Auburn. 3 receivers to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. A solo receiver to the top of the formation for Hardy. Hardy barks out the counts. A little bit of an inside zone. Bouncing it outside is the running back. Not a whole lot there. He's going to keep fighting his way on 2nd and 3. He's going to pick up about 2. 3rd and 1 coming.
Yeah, it just ended up going outside, and I just, as a general rule this year, you will not be successful running outside on Auburn. It has not happened this year.
Auburn goes big in the middle. They put Jordan Reese and Braden Joyner in there. Jordan Reese 6'3", 250. Braden Joyner checks in at a slim 6'2", 310.
Just a puppy.
2 receivers on the short side of the field, 1 receiver on the wide side. Hardy, and it's quarterback ISO. Auburn does a good job of stopping him in his tracks. There is a flag, and then that's going to be a legal substitution on Bob Jones.
Looks like he got enough for a first down, just another quarterback run right up the gut. But like you said, it's going to be a penalty.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and about 4.5, 5. So it looks like they're going to feature the quarterback. I mean, they're trying to feature him, and they're doing a good job of it. He's made a great very impressive first drive. And the little running back, number 28, has shown some stuff.
Terrence Salter, 5'9", 185, a junior.
It looks like he's bigger than that. He's got big legs. And Bob Jones still having some confusion in their substitution.
They got guys running off the field, on the field. They had a lineman run off.
Like a fire drill.
Yeah, 10 seconds left to go on the play clock and counting. 2-by-2 look here for Hardy and Bob Jones. Hardy has it, and he drops back, looks over the middle of the field, wants a slant, throws it. Saw it at the last second, got rid of it. It's going to be incomplete. Tigers get the first stop of the game.
Well, we had good pressure that time. We didn't lose contain and maintain inside lanes. In other words, the defensive lineman on the interior didn't go to one side or the other, just kept pushing. and that pressure from the outside just kept coming and coming. He had to throw a little bit, moving left, throwing right, and just the ball sailed high, which is usually that's what it's going to do. It sailed high, and it was incomplete.
The other thing there is Auburn's defensive tackles can kind of get a good pressure, but the defensive ends need to stay at home because if they create rush lanes, it could be problems. Here's the punt. It's a high spiraling punt. Daly's going to take it at about the 38-yard line, looking to go upfield. Nothing there. Nice coverage there by Bob Jones, but Auburn High will have good field position as they take over at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was an excellent punt. One of the better punts I've seen when watching them on film. A good high spiral punt with no wind. It's easy to predict how it's going to land, come down, but still very good punt, and their coverage was very good. I think we might have got a yard out of the coverage, on the return.
After this play, we'll get some scores to you. Brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza in Auburn. 2x2 set. Killian Massey bounced to the left side. Massey, the senior, and it's a speed option to the left. Massey trying to get to the edge. Going to get a gain of a couple on the play. Second down coming up.
Ran a speed option, but the guy was supposed to eliminate, the quarterback didn't eliminate him by attacking him, didn't look like. And so, we just need to do a little bit better job. But we got 4.5 yards out of it. I mean, that's a good run.
Got to love when you don't have a play you don't design it's not executed perfectly, but you still get 4.
Yeah. And into the boundary in the short side of the field.
Auburn, it looks like Auburn, most of the year they've run outside into the boundary because just the one extra guy. But then the sideline is the extra guy. Here comes Daly. And Pittman's going to keep. He's going to get across the 45-yard line. Going to bring up a third down and short on 2nd and 6. Pittman's going to pick up about 4 on the play, 3rd down and 2 coming.
Yeah, this was like an outside zone look.
Yeah.
But the right guard pulled left in the direction of the zone, and then he trapped an interior lineman. That's when it was a predetermined quarterback trap right there.
2x2 set here for Pittman. Massey moves to the right side on 3rd down and 2. And that's going to be a first down as Auburn went with the old no play, and they're going to get a first down of it. 4th time that Bob Jones has jumped off sides here tonight. Now let's take a look at some scores. Central against Opelika late in the first quarter, 10-0. Red Devils lead that one. Enterprise up 8-0 on Fort Walton Beach. 7-6 Dothan over Gadsden County out of Florida. Those are, and 7-0 Thompson over Mountain Brook. Those scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. 1st and 10 as Auburn High School moves it into across Bob Jones territory. Little drag route. Finds his receiver. That's going to be Daly. He moves down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2 coming.
Yeah, just a little high-low route, and they don't have anybody in the flat. We cleared it with the receivers. He drug from the other side of the field, so you had the inside receiver from the left side running behind the linebackers. They dropped to cover him because he's a dominant receiver, and it just slipped one right across shallow.
Prattville also leads Hoover 7-0 in that game. That game at Prattville. Etheridge now steps off the line. He comes in motion, and a little handoff to Davion Williams. Cuts back, makes a guy miss. Gets across the 35, first down yardage. A gain of 6 on the play, first down Tigers.
Yeah, inside zone left, and he just hit his foot, planted his foot, saw opening, cut back to the right, and got the 4 or 5 yards we need for a first down.
1:17 left to go here in the first quarter. Auburn High School trails Bob Jones 7-6. Both teams with a touchdown. Auburn High School missed the extra point. 2 receivers to the left side, a solo receiver to the near side. Daly and Leverett over on the left. Josephson on the right. He'll now step up on the line of scrimmage. And here comes Daly, and it's going to be an inside counter to Williams. Williams makes a guy miss, tries to get it blocked from V.J. Williams, and V.J. just couldn't get to him. It's not like he did a bad job of blocking, just couldn't get to his guy. Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd down coming.
Yeah, you can imagine a lot of eye candy, a lot of misdirection, motion, eye candy stuff, and we ended up running into the boundary with somebody pulling and kicking out the end, and he got the first, or got close to the first, 2nd and 2.
34 seconds and counting left to go in the opening quarter. Auburn trails 7-6. Davion Williams, the running back, bounced to the right side. Pittman now sends Williams in motion, and wants a screen to the left side, and it's VJ. VJ has first down yardage across the 30 to the 29 on the play.
Yeah, we just had motion to the field and made it an empty set. The corners are so soft. We just threw a little stop route, about a 6-7 yard stop route for a first down.
A gain of about 7 on the play. First down as Auburn High School moves into the red zone, brought to you by Byron Smokehouse Breakfast. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for 30 years. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. For the first time this year, the Tigers trail at the end of 1 quarter of play, and our score is 7-6. Auburn High threatening, though. They have the ball in the red zone at the 19-yard line. We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Around a second defender. Nice block on the outside by VJ. Gain of 9 on the play for our second down and 1 coming.
Very patient running right there. You know, he was looking to cut back, and we just got such good push between the left tackle and left guard, between Bobo and Avery. You kept thinking he's going to get the cutback. We just kept getting the push, and the linebackers couldn't get to him. He just kept running, but he was a very patient run there and did a good job. Got 9 yards. That's pretty good.
Second and 1 here from the 10-yard line. Pittman now starts all the motion coming for Auburn High School. Etheridge, the tight end at the right side, and looking to find a little rollout and couldn't set his feet, throws it behind Etheridge. It's going to be a good play. Was going to have first down yardage and maybe a touchdown. Either way, 3rd and 1 coming now.
Well, it was a little tight end delay where they faked the run and the tight end kind of block and then release, and, you know, quarterback had a little pressure in his face, had to get rid of it quicker than expected. It was a little bit short on the throw.
First miss for Pittman on the day. Now 4 or 5 for 31 yards. And he has a touchdown scamper of his own. Auburn goes hard count. Defensive lineman evidently lined up far enough away from the ball that he did not move into the red zone. Inside give off to Davion. Davion has his first, and he's going to get inside the 10-yard line, power his way to about the 7. Going to be a gain of 3 on the play, 1st and goal coming.
Here we get inside zone, and just for a split second, there was a pretty good little hole, but it collapsed. You know, right at the last second, it collapsed. But I thought he was going to hit that foot, hit that hole right between the left guard and center, but ended up going right over the center right guard.
Pittman comes over to the sideline, gets the play, and now he's going to relay it to everybody on the offense. 14 seconds left to go here on the play clock. 10:40 left to go in the quarter. Auburn High School down by 1, looking to take the lead. Williams moves to the right side. Now here comes motion, and now return motion by Daly, and it's an inside handoff to Davion Williams. Williams makes a guy miss, fights hard across the 5 to about the 4. Going to be a gain of about 3 on 1st and goal from the 7. Second down and goal from the 4 coming.
Yeah, just that motion from the right to the left, and he turned and went back, kick out the defensive end, running just a simple power play. We missed the block, and the defensive end was able to, I don't know that he would have scored, but I think he would have got down a little bit further.
Auburn High brings in an extra tight end into the game, number 46, Will Walker. 2 receiver, 2 tight end set. Killian Massey also into the game at running back. He now moves to the left side. Pittman has it, looks inside. Massey's going to run to the outside. Is he able to get in? Yes, he is. From 4 yards out, Killian Massey races to the end zone to score. That is touchdown number 3 on the year for the senior.
Just an outside zone, and he was looking to cut back, and he never got it. You kept thinking, is he going to turn the afterburner zone or not? And I think he was looking to cut back, and it never appeared, so he just kept running a little bit to the right, and ended up getting tackled at the 1 yard line and scored.
Going for 2.
And we should. We're down by 1, or down by.
We've lost a point, looking to get it back here to go to 14-7. Auburn High needs a football first, because.
Yeah, it's kind of important to play with one of those things. It's kind of oblong, made out of leather. I don't think we can find it. Coach Spencer just ran one out there.
Coach Spencer just ran
You
it
count
all
on
the way
Coach
out
Spencer
there.
to come through when you need him. Got 19 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time.
As Coach Spencer gets a cheer from the student section. Davion Williams on a little heavy action, able to pound it into the end zone for the touchdown.
It was a wildcat.
Or the 2-point conversion.
It was a wildcat formation. I have not seen us do that all year, so that it was a wildcat quarterback. I don't even know if he's on the field. But,
no, they got off the field.
Everything was tight. Everything was tight. I had not seen that. They got some little backs, right up behind the lineman, and just ran right off tackle to the left side and scored. To me, the hardest place to defend on goal line defense is right off tackle, because you got folks a lot of times they're pinching, and that's tough on a linebacker to get the good inside-out track and make the hit you need to hit. And if you're coming from the outside, you run the risk of getting, of them flanking you, and that's what happened on that one.
So Auburn now leads 14-7 here. 9:48 left to go in the second quarter. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Auburn High.
Good opening 2 possessions for Auburn. Good thing to get the score back like it should be.
So yeah, it was a situation where I think the ball got taken off because you can kick with a different ball. And the next thing you know, Auburn High needs a real ball.
There was an assumption.
Well, yeah.
By the ball boy.
You can make the assumption that Auburn wasn't going to throw it because they took a kicker ball and ran it in. Owsley will now kick off. Last time he did not get it into the end zone, but Auburn covered it well. Auburn might have been offsides, no flag.
They didn't call it.
And that one's going to be a touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10, Bob Jones at the 20.
Owsley's probably a little ticked off if he get to kick an extra point, so he just said, I'll just kick it in the end zone and show him it can be done. That was a good kickoff and a good 2-point play. On that 2-point play, it was 2 tight ends and 2 plug backs, one on either side of the, one right over the tight end, the other kind of over the guard on the right side, and both the plug backs they blocked everything down and on the left side, and both plug backs came and ran, just kick out, wrap type stuff, and it was an easy score for 2.
If you got linemen that could just down block the defensive line to oblivion, yeah, then your up backs don't have to help. Then they can just kick out everything.
Well, they collapsed in such a way the linebackers can't get in the way.
Little pop pass once again. Auburn High School does a great job of forcing the back inside, and then Fields, after he goes inside, makes a cardinal mistake of trying to get back outside. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, that's just good defense. Just good. It's pursuit to the ball. That's what the name of the game is. Just look for a play-action pass off that same look, because that would be the logical next step, because we are flying to the ball right now.
And, if you're going to be obvious, we're trying to run outside on Auburn High with the jet motion. Good luck. 3 receivers to the near side. Hardy has it, drops back. He wants the go route, looking for the 1 receiver side. Good defense, and Pogue had the receiver stride for stride, 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, they were in trips to the field with a single receiver into the boundary and just running a 50-50 ball. We were in bump and run. At first, the receiver had a little step on it, but he had too much speed. He recovered well. And, if you want to get technical, there might have been a little hand checking there, but it's probably on both sides. But the ball was overthrown anyway. 3rd down and 11.
3rd down and long coming up here for Auburn High. Opportunity to get off the field, get the offense the ball. Dropping back is Hardy, 2-by-2 look. Little scissors action, and he's going to run into the defensive lineman. And coming up with the sack on the play is going to be number 5, Jimmy Vickerstaff, a senior, and it's going to be punting time for Bob Jones.
Well, I don't know if Auburn was in man coverage. They tried to run a little rub route, but they did a great job between the corner and the safety switching. You typically, a lot of times you don't like to do that. It makes me think we were in zone. And they trying to run some kind of rub route, and what I mean is the inside guy was trying to rub, or the outside guy was trying to rub off the defender for the inside guy, and on the wheel route, and it didn't work. The quarterback had to pull it down and run. We should end up with good field position here.
Punt is high. Daly takes it over the shoulder at about the 41-yard line, rather. Makes one guy miss, make a second guy miss, and now he's going to be hit hard at the 45-yard line and then driven back. It's going to be 1st and 10, Auburn High School at the 45 of Bob Jones. There's a flag coming in. Could go either way.
It could go either way. A little extracurricular. I couldn't see who initiated it, but it was back on about the 45-yard line. Personal foul on Auburn.
Personal foul on Bob Jones. They're just going to offset it.
Personal foul, offsetting penalty.
Fair enough. I mean, there was pushing and shoving going both ways. So Auburn High School will have it at that 45-yard line mark.
Very impressed with the punter for Bob Jones. I mean, 2 good high kicks. Gives you coverage time to get down there and get it covered.
High kicks, but give Auburn's the receiver, he's caught it. Bakari's had room to maneuver. Give the Gunners credit for blocking.
Yeah, they it's got 4 yards out of it.
Harsin into the game, rolls to the right, now looks downfield, makes the guy miss across the 50, cuts back to the near side, and now he looks for a block, gets a block. He's at the 45, going out of bounds. He gets hit hard, and he's going to be marked out of bounds. There is a flag coming. I don't know who it's on. It could be on Auburn for
the only thing I'd say is you watch on the replay, the guy kind of took his forearm and kind of shoved it in Harsin's chin. So it could be personal foul on Auburn.
Here's the issue. And Auburn and the Auburn coaches are not going to be happy about this. The block occurred at the numbers, and the flag came from the numbers.
From the
white hat at the other side. So he saw the play from 50 yards away.
Well, yeah.
That's why the offensive. That's why the Auburn staff is not happy about the play.
So I think we're going to get a timeout right here.
Not sure. Timeout Auburn. We'll take it with them, and we'll try to figure out what happened. But we'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network.
At Southsea, the focus is on the customer.
Auburn High from the 45.
It wasn't a dead ball. They called it a live ball. I don't know.
I didn't hear the got a
low
bad
snap for Harsin. Harsin's going to get it as he is smothered. It's going to be a loss of 6 on the play.
Yeah, good job just recovering the ball because the snap was down at his feet.
And what hurts most about that play is Harsin had a heck of a run that gets wiped out. And Brad Harper into the game at running back.
Yeah, that play before, that was a good run by Harsin. He made folks miss. Very subtle cuts, but he made them miss.
3 receivers to the near side. 2nd and 16 coming up for the Tigers. Play action. Harsin drops back, and then the ball's coming out, and it's scoop opportunity for Bob Jones, still loose. Who's going to come up with it? It's a massive humanity on the field, and we'll see who came up with it.
They tried to scoop and score, which was the right thing to do, but he just didn't get it. And now I don't know how. I think Auburn might have ended up.
No, Auburn came up with it.
3rd and forever.
Who came up with it?
3rd and forever.
Pretty sure it was Joe Frazier came up with it. So 3rd down and long coming.
30.
Big loss on the play.
3rd and 30. Like I said before, you don't have many plays in your playbook that covers 30 yards.
No, that's going to be a loss.
So look for either a tunnel screen or just a 50-50
throw a ball to somebody.
And maybe you get a pass interference and automatic first down.
Loss of 15 on the play. 3rd down and 29. Penalties hurt Auburn once again. Brad Harper into the game at running back. And it's speed option. Harper makes a guy miss, and now he's going to be tripped up. Loss of No loss on the play, no gain on the play. Punting time for the Tigers.
Yeah, you know, and probably not a bad call by coach. Don't take any chances. You throw the ball, you get an interception. Now they're going to have the ball possibly in plus territory with a short field. So not a bad idea. Just run a speed sweep or, you know, something like that. Just anything that, you know, is not going to get a turnover.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to be punting. And, you know, we've done a good job with that so far this year. I don't know much about this returner, but coverage team's got to get down there.
Trent Holcomb into the game to punt for the Tigers. He gets away. Not a great one. End over end kick, but it's going to hit and roll forever on the turf. And that'll be good news for Auburn. It's going to roll dead at the 39-yard line. That's where Bob Jones will take over their best field position to start a drive of the night.
Yeah, with the ball hit on the 50 and roll all the way down to the 39-yard line, so that's 11 yards. Low line drive kick, and you don't really want it though. We don't really like those, but when you don't kick it straight to the returner, but you kick it to the right a little bit, and you get a good roll on this turf, that's awesome.
Fourth drive coming up for Bob Jones on the night. They went 80 yards for the touchdown, then they started at their 16, had to punt, started at their 20 and had to punt. Now they're started at their own 39-yard line.
Well, they haven't done that stuff that got them where they got them earlier, so let's see. You know, maybe they have it, you know, the little slant routes and stuff like that.
Quarterback ISO up the middle, and Hardy runs hard, going to get hit hard, going to get yardage to about the 43, 44, gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. 5:50 left to go here in the first half. Auburn leads 14-7.
Yeah, just a quarterback power. They pull a backside guard and they block everything down. The guard kicks out and just runs a power right off tackle right there. The quarterback's a good little run. They got 5 yards out. That's a good play. I'll take 5.
10 carries for 25 yards for Bob Jones on the night, 2.5 a carry. Little inside zone once again. Coleman Granberry came off the edge and makes the tackle, gain of 2 on the play, 3rd down and short.
Here again, it's that play right off tackle. The linebacker has to make the play. You seldom are going to get that shot that you're going to stalemate him. And we fall for an extra 2 yards. 3rd and about 2.
Hardy looks like he's favoring that right shoulder a little bit for Bob Jones.
Still hadn't seen him run that slant route to number 5 down here. Looks like we're in man coverage.
Bob Jones goes hard counts. Auburn High does not chop off sides. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
They didn't get it.
And Bob Jones, and it was ISO, and Auburn blitzed the house, had a guy coming free, but before then, as Coach called it, delay of the game.
I'm sorry.
There, you're good. You nailed it.
But I was looking at the clock and looking at the guy in the back judge because he's the one that makes that decision, and he's the one that's got to call it. He's got the best vantage point because he sees through the ball to the clock, and he just, it's a good call. I don't know if they'd have got the first down, but now it's 3rd and about 7.
Yep. Big difference on your play call from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. Three receivers to the near side for Bob Jones, 1 to the top of the formation. The tight end in motion over to the left. Now it's a 2-by-2 look. Auburn High bringing pressure over the middle and looking for Fields, who has the touchdown pass, but incomplete, too hot to handle. Plenty time for Bob Jones.
Not a lot of pressure,
in motion
but
over to the left. Now it's a 2-by-2 look. Auburn High bringing pressure over the middle.
It just looked like it didn't look smooth.
Looking for Fields.
He didn't really have his feet set. He's throwing a little bit, moving left, throwing crossing route, and that's hard to do, and he's thrown it high. Both times he's done that.
Right.
5 really wasn't open. We had him covered. He really wasn't open, so.
High kick, Daly. He's going to take it at the 25, makes a guy miss, makes a second guy miss, but then everybody else is going to get there. With 4:26 left to go, Auburn High School will take over with field position at about the 26-yard line. After the opening drive, Bob Jones went 4 or 5 for 59 yards in the touchdown. They are after that, they are 1 of 3 for -1 yards.
Yeah, that opening drive, I really hadn't seen them do. I'm just a little looking for them to throw that slant route to 5 that they threw earlier that we didn't cover. But they didn't. So we're now on offense at first and 10. It's 2-by-2
from about the 26-yard line. Pittman drops back, looks underneath, has his receiver dragging across the middle. That's Daly. Daly into the open field, down the sideline, has one, got a miss, and almost makes a miss. Going to get slung out of bounds as he's going to have first down yardage and then some across the 50-yard line to about the 37-yard line. First down, Tigers. Pittman drops back, looks underneath, has his receiver dragging across the middle. That's Daly. Daly into the open field, down the sideline, has one, got a miss, and almost
pushing their defenders off, and the back out of the backfield's pushing off. So now there's nobody in the flat, and the drag route from the top of the field down is wide open. Good call by coaches.
2-by-2 look. Massey moves over to the left. Pittman has it, little inside zone look. Massey bounces it, makes a guy miss. First down yardage. Now he bounces it outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. At the 5. Going to be stopped short. And we'll see where they mark him. They're going to mark him at the 2-yard line. Gain of 36 on the play.
Great cut, great run. Really nobody had a clean shot at him, a glancing shot as far as tackling goes, about 2 yards down off the line of scrimmage. But great run right there by Massey. Great run.
Jalen Towns in the slot receiver, able to bust it for the last 15 yards or so. First and goal, Tigers from the 2. Pittman has it now. Now Massey moves to the right. And inside zone, Auburn doesn't block anybody. Massey doesn't care. He wants the touchdown. He gets his second touchdown of the night. Tigers punch it in.
A comedy of errors. We don't block anybody, and they don't tackle. They had us in the backfield and missed the tackle, and he just bounced off and just walked into the end zone.
3:57 left to go here in the first half. Auburn High School now leads 20-7. Let's see if we can get the PAT good.
Yeah, I was really surprised at that surge that they had defensively in the between the tackles, but we'll take it.
Owsley in to attempt the PAT. Holiday on the snap, Best on the hold. That exchange was good. The kick on his way is up, and that kick is good. Auburn gets the snap, they get the hold, they get the kick. 21-7, Tigers lead.
I'm just interested to see if Bob Jones will come back to what they open and drive stuff. I don't understand why they haven't come back to some things that was really, really effective in that opening drive.
You think Auburn did change something alignment-wise to maybe take it away?
I didn't see any changes. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't. I didn't see anything other than I did see the safety move up a little bit and get a little bit inside, and that would be effective on that. But you got to at least try it. I mean, number 5 catches the ball in stride pretty good. If you'll put it on his numbers, he made 2 really good catches. So I don't know. We'll see.
The drop back game for Bob Jones has not been really effective. The RPO slant play, that's what they hit Auburn on the first drive. Yeah, you got gains of 21 and gains of 18 yards. Oh, you had 2 21-yard gains, one for the touchdown on that play.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird in my philosophy about stuff. If it works, I'm going to come back to it.
Highlight it, circle it, star it, do whatever you want to on the call sheet.
Do it till they stop it.
Yep. Owsley will once again kick off. He will approach. He'll boom it away. And that one will land a yard deep. And once again, Bob Jones will take over at the 20-yard line.
Got 3 minutes and 57 seconds left in this half.
If you're Auburn, you get the ball to start the second half. Get a stop here, call your timeouts, get the ball back, see if you can score.
Mike could punch another one in right for half and make this a 21-point ball game. But we got to stop them first.
See, one receiver is going to be lined up to the numbers on the left side.
Well, they got a tight end and a flanker to the left and the twins to the other side.
So Hardy once again in the gun. Next to him is Salter. Snap inside zone look. There's your RPO. There's your first down yardage to Fields, I believe. Kelly Fields has his catch, and that's the exact play that Auburn High struggled with. And you can see coaches kind of working on it. It's an inside zone with a slant behind it. Safety a little bit late there. Backer a little bit late on the rotation.
Well, what you got is you got the stacked linebacker right there. That's right in there where he feels on that inside zone look, and they throw in right where he left from. So that's what the RPO does.
Gain of 12 on the play. Same look. This one's a little fold action, little fold ISO. It's going to be positive yardage for Bob Jones and their running back Salter. Gain of about 4 on the play, second down coming up.
Right up the gut. What Auburn needs to do is find a way to maybe bait that, and then Mike can get a pick out of it. But you have to bait it. The linebackers got to bait that throw that they've been connecting with.
Gain of about 5 on that one, second down coming up. Good crowd here tonight.
Great crowd for Auburn.
3 minutes even left to go. Yeah, you're right. Bob Jones sent some people. It's a long drive, though. Quarterback ISO, and Auburn sees it. Brad Harper fills the hole. Third down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, I tell you, they were smelling each other's breath. He hit him right in the mouth with his helmet. They got a good sniff of each other.
Clark Cleveland does a good job. He takes on the back that was coming through. Middle linebacker Brad Harper able to shoot through it. One-on-one makes the play.
Hit him right in the mouth, and that's what that's smash-face football right there, even though it's in the gun.
Third down and about 3.5 coming up for Bob Jones. 14 seconds, 2:20 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Auburn High School leads 21-7. Hardy has it, and it's just a fold right up the middle on not going to get it. Fourth down coming for Bob Jones. Gain of about 1 on the play, 4th down and 2.
Well, one thing about it, when the back line's up on the same side, I mean on the opposite side of number 5, you know they're not what they're not going to do.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw that slant route, but
Bob Jones thinking about going for this on 4th down and about 1.
If they miss it, it's going to give Auburn a short field with 1 minute and 40 seconds. Well, a little bit less than that now, but.
Minute 38 and counting. Bob Jones showing go for it on 4th and 1. 6 seconds left to go on the play clock. Still looking. Timeout coming for Bob Jones.
We're in man coverage 0 across the board.
There's your timeout by Bob Jones. 1:25 left to go in the half, and a 4th down decision coming for the Patriots. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Hey, Auburn Nation, this season, let's help Coach Harrison and Coach Pearl by safely packing Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn Arena. Let's all do our part. I received my vaccine. You need to get yours.
Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
So we'll see what Bob Jones decides to do. 1:25 left to go here. The white hat is about ready to signal in, ready for go. There's your.
Like I was telling you in the timeout time, I think a quick kick would be a more appropriate thing. If you give Auburn a short field, you're in trouble.
Go for it looks to be the call here for Bob Jones. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Hardy calls for it. It's quarterback ISO. It's quarterback first down, breaking a couple of tackles across the 50-yard line to about the 48. Gain of 10 on the play, first down.
Yes, quarterback ISO, but they're wrapping the guard around too and long trapping our defensive end, so it's more like a power play. They're blocking down and letting the guard pull in and kicking out. We got to wrong arm that guy and make that thing bounce.
Timeout. We'll see. Why is there a timeout? So I don't know if Bob Jones wanted it or if they had it, but either way, Bob Jones calls a timeout. 1:05 left to go here, and Coach, we were talking about it. Bob Jones makes the aggressive call to go for it. And you know what? If you like your quarterback on that situation, 4th and 1, go for it. But now you're in a situation at the 48-yard line going in. If you can find a way to get a touchdown, you know, we were talking about Auburn being a stop and a score away from maybe put this thing away. Now you're talking about you're right there in the hunt if you're Bob Jones and you get a touchdown here.
You know, they're close. I mean, but they still got a long ways to go in 1 minute and 5 seconds. But I don't know how good their field goal kicker is. I think he's just average. I
know if I'm Bob Jones, I'm trying to figure out how can I get.
I want to get a touchdown, an extra point.
I don't know if it's in the playbook, but I'm reminded they like that slant over the middle so much. Last year when Auburn played Alabama loved running the slant. Again, they got a safety, slant and go, middle of the field. See if you can get the seam down the middle of the field.
That would be tough. especially if they catch us in, man coverage or something. And it looks like that's what we're in. No, the safety's just tightened up a little bit. That's one way to stop that slant.
2-by-2 look, roll out now for Hardy. And here comes some pressure. And now Hardy throws it across his field or across his face. Incomplete, or was he out of bounds? They're going to say he was out of bounds, so that's going to go down as a sack back to the 48-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play, second down coming up.
I was watching the coverage, so he was already down.
He stepped out of bounds.
He threw the ball and hit the guy in the hands. It was been a great catch, but he would have had to catch it off his kneecaps. Second, what's that, 14, 13?
Yeah, second down at about 14. 57.3 left to go here. 21-7 Auburn High School leads. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Auburn High School sends 3 defensive backs that way. 1 receiver to the near side. Dropping back is Hardy. Looking down the field. Auburn High defense swallows him up. It's going to be a sack for the Auburn High defensive line. And Auburn High School. Now Bob Jones will call a timeout as they take this timeout. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Thank you. Thank you, Cal.
Auburn High has 3 timeouts at their disposal if they get a stop here.
Well, the play before, I don't understand the timeout, but the play before I thought was a good design play.
Right.
But we covered it good too, but the quarterback didn't have time. They were running routes that were too far downfield for the amount of time Auburn's defensive front's given the quarterback.
Yeah.
They've been having success with getting rid of the ball before that pressure can get to them. But that time he took a little bit, the play by design was going to require more time, and he just didn't get it because of the Auburn's pass rush.
2-by-2 look here for Bob Jones. Hardy sends a back in motion, and it's just a quarterback ISO, and he's going to make one guy miss, and now a herd of Tigers will be there, and Auburn High School calls the timeout. It's going to be a gain of 4th down and 13 coming.
It was a quarterback draw, really, because the back was in the backfield. He motioned to the field, made it trips to one side, twins to the other, with no backs in the backfield. He probably should have sold that just a touch more, but Auburn didn't really. They adjusted, but it was just a step or two, and quarterback draw just didn't work. Because there ain't but one guy can get the ball without motion, and that's the quarterback.
Yeah, that's
the only
true.
guy can run it. You got to run motion otherwise, so you bring a lot of pressure that's focused on quarterback. You don't have to focus on anybody else in the backfield. That makes it a little bit easier for the defense. You're already zeroed in on that guy. You run speed sweep with that and run quarterback draw. That's a little bit different animal there for the defense. The linebackers can't quite be – nobody can read like you would normally.
So if you're Auburn High, if you're the head coach, put on the head coach thinking cap, which you did so well during your career. Do you go after this one? Do you play punt return?
Ooh. I don't know. I might go after it. If it was backed up, I think I know I would go after it. Right here on the 50, though, right 49-yard line, it's touch and go. It's easy to do that. I don't have any pressure.
You don't got to answer that question.
No, truly, I'm not a chance taker very often, so I'd probably just sit back and let him punt it, and that's what we're going to do.
And that's what Bob Jones is able to do. Daly will take it at the 10. Now looks to get vertical and gets a couple of blocks. Cuts to the outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 25.
Oh,
loses the ball.
We got it.
I think Auburn High, they definitely had the first hat on it. We'll see who got it in the scrum after that. It's a great return, and then a good job there by the defensive player to get his hand in the ball to rip it out, and it's going to be a turnover. And what's scary is Jimmy Vickerstaff now comes off the field holding his elbow. So Auburn High now down there 2 starting defensive linemen. Want to give credit to the Bob Jones player, number 7, Jeff Rodriguez Jr., is able to strip that ball out. First down for Jeff Davis at the Auburn 35-yard line. 25.2 left to go here in the half. No timeouts for the Patriots.
They just started the clock, and I don't know why.
No, they shouldn't.
I don't know why they ran the clock. It shouldn't be running. Well,
RPO, and Auburn able to get pressure and going to able to throw it into the ground. Bob Jones' coaching staff, once they figured out the clock was running, they went nuts, and we're going to have a conversation.
They have every reason to be nuts. I would have been on the field.
Now,
that's ridiculous.
The clock stops once the
on the turnover. The clock stops.
So it's not like it's a first down. The turnover, it's a change of possession, so the clock should not start on the ready to go.
No, it shouldn't. They should put probably another 10 seconds on the clock.
No, they just put clock on that ran off after the play. They said that clock was supposed to run. There's 6 seconds left to go.
He signaled
it ready to go.
Ready to go. So the clock. You can't blame the clock operator.
No, the white hat said, "Let's go."
He rolled it. He rolled it out. So one play.
6 seconds left to go. Auburn High School, and we're gonna have a delay on Bob Jones. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 15 from the 40-yard line.
Well, look for number 5 to get if we don't sack the quarterback, look for the ball to be thrown to number 5. He's their go-to guy. He's been the one making all the money for them. So let's see. He's lined up in the middle of trips. He's a second receiver off of trips.
We're going to have a sideline warning on Bob Jones. No penalty, but I think I can understand. I'm surprised as you are, Coach, if that clock is supposed to run after because there was a change of possession.
Change of possession should have stopped.
Dropping back is Hardy. He's going to step up, and he's going to throw it to the end zone. Overthrown by about 2 yards. There's a flag on the play.
The ball had well, never mind. Once I saw it wasn't going to complete, took my eyes off. What happened? They really went. We were in bump and run on that one receiver side. He just went for a 50-50 ball. Well, he called pass interference, and they were just bellying up. I've seen worse than on tonight. I've seen worse plays than that as far as pass interference goes.
Especially on a throw up and pray ball.
You see it right here on the replay. Yeah. We have the advantage. Of
Great job of Auburn High School mass media. If you have the ability, sync it up. Where our audio and video is synced up together on YouTube.
All right, no more time. The half is over. They get one shot because it's a defensive penalty.
Timeless.
Where's number 5? Are they going to go up top again? Well, nope, they're sprinting away from you.
Roll out. Look, they wanted to go up top, and they're going to throw it. And underthrown, it's going to be a touchdown.
Number 5.
Yep, you're right, Coach, as there's going to be a celebration penalty on Bob Jones. They rolled to the right. They rolled to the right, and they wanted to throw back to the left, and that's what they got. The defensive back didn't identify the ball. 5 knew it was coming, makes a nice play.
5 basically ran. They rolled away from 5. He ran like a deep crossing route, and then stuck his foot in the ground and went back.
Yeah.
Back toward the corner.
Yeah.
And great call by Bob Jones.
Yep.
And they ended up getting it. And
the throw that the quarterback Hardy made off of his back foot, about to get hit.
Made it short,
but gives his guy a chance, and he makes a play. It's going to be a touchdown. There's going to be a celebration penalty. Fields spiked the ball after the play, and just the DB just didn't know where it was. I think he might have peeked and saw that the roll was going the other way and stopped, and then next thing you know, he's on the ground, and it's a touchdown.
Well, what we should have known as a defensive back, he should have known this. 5's their go-to guy.
Yeah.
Now they've got me isolated. He's normally the inside receiver. Now he's lined up at split end, the wide receiver to the one receiver side.
The extra point is up and good. And Auburn High will get the ball to start the second half 15 yards back because of a celebration penalty. Auburn High School thought they were going to be able to get the ball, maybe a chance, a 4th down conversion, a punt, fumble. Some sloppy play shows its head there, some sloppy play shows its head there at the end of the second half, or the second quarter rather. Bob Jones take advantage, and it's a 21-14 game.
One thing that might have been something in retrospect, maybe take a timeout right there when you see 5s one-on-one like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's isolated. There's one guy over there. He's normally the inside receiver. That's one of the things, and from the sideline you don't necessarily see that. But that guy's your go-to guy. Maybe next time we have a chance, we see that again, take a timeout in that situation because the half's over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, boy, that's unfortunate.
When we come back, we'll have the halftime reports. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Score a touchdown at your tailgate with the all-new Carnival MPV or the new 2022 Kia Sportage, the newest of the Kia.
We present the Auburn High School Marching Band. Tonight, we invite you into the shadows as we accept our mission, decipher the secret code, and do the impossible. The Auburn High School Marching Band is proud to present our 2021 production, Code Name. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Cole Brady, Sidney Hamilton, Anna Herring, and Joshua Thomas. Drum majors, is the band ready?
Let the man go to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Auburn High School Marching Band.
Mission for you. The following information is top secret.
staff includes Joshua Ryan, Chris Schiller, and Kim Chenier. Percussion instructors are Layton Holiday, Greg Springer, Corey Induna, and Hatcher Herring. Auxiliary instructors are innovators Aaron Greer and Michelle Bloom. Again, a special welcome to our special guests tonight, the band members of Auburn Junior High School.
I guess that's better. Please, sir.
Like they said it. But I said, no, I can't.
Go to OperationPrevention.com and start the conversation today.
Hey, loser.
Leave me alone.
When a child shares hurtful comments online, that's bullying. Visit erasebullying.ca to learn how to help your child stand up to cyberbullying.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything isn't everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
So I wanted to talk with you and your mom today, Lily, because of some of the changes your friends and teachers have seen in you lately. And along with the incident the other day, you were with Derek when he was caught selling marijuana.
Yeah, he was selling it.
Honey, we know. But we care about you and want to know what's going on.
That's right. We'd like to understand it better and see how we might help. And if weed is a part of it, we want to make sure you know about the negative consequences for someone your age. So, can we talk?
Talk. They hear you.
Get out of the highlights! Oh, never mind. It came back along. Why are they showing there? It's the first half on it. Is it all the movies that we played? Dude, I texted my group chat after. I texted my group chat and said,
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, loser.
Leave me alone.
When a child shares hurtful comments online, that's bullying. Visit erasebullying.ca to learn how to help your child stand up to cyberbullying.
So I wanted to talk with you and your mom today, Lily, because of some of the changes your friends and teachers have seen in you lately. And along with the incident the other day, you were with Derek when he was caught selling marijuana.
Yeah, he was selling it.
Honey, we know. But we care about you and want to know what's going on.
That's right. We'd like to understand it better and see how we might help. And if weed is a part of it, we want to make sure you know about the negative consequences for someone your age. So, can we talk?
Talk. They hear you. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Go to OperationPrevention.com and start the conversation today.
$15 unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is being assessed against Bob Jones. Joseph Wheat will kick from the 25. Teacher return for Auburn High, number 7, Carson Yancey.
By the special teams on kickoff return.
Owsley on to attempt the PAT. Best year holder. Holiday the snapper. It's a good snap. The kick is on its way. The kick is up, and that kick is good. With 11:54 left to go, the Tigers come out of the locker room swinging, and Auburn High School extends their lead to 14 points.
Yeah, but I, as a coach, I'm sitting here thinking that we should have a 3-touchdown lead.
Yeah, but you know it's Carson Yancey. That's a special football player right there. You know he can fly, and you saw it right there. He put his foot on the ground, or put his foot in the ground, and when he decided he was going to go, well, he went.
Like I said, that little there's just a little alley right there, and it just all of a sudden you thought, oh, they fixing to get him, it's fixing to close, and then boom.
And now Auburn High will kick off to Bob Jones. Defense, you know, you're starting to talk about a lot of plays starting to pile up for the defense. Kick return for the touchdown.
Well, let's put this in the end zone. Make them start on the 20.
Make them start on the 20.
Make them play. They first
drive, they went 80 yards.
Flawless. I mean, they were flawless. we had a couple of missed tackles on those slant routes, and that kept it in there. And so let's see if we can fix this thing.
Owsley will approach, and he'll boom it away, and it'll be a touchback. And the Tiger defense now with a 2-score lead, opportunity to give it back to their offense. The other thing is, Bob Jones couldn't necessarily sky it as much. Looked like they were worried about the good field position Auburn High might have, so they kicked it as deep as they could.
All year long, all the films that I've been watching, I've seen them. They've skied it or, kicked it off center, kicked it to the numbers. They kicked it right down the middle of the field, let the blocking set, and that was not pretty for them.
Yeah, it was bad news. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. And, as you can see, Coach, here's the adjustment. Fields, who has burnt Auburn a couple of times, Carson Yancey is going to be on him. A little inside handoff right up the middle, and Salter's going to have positive yardage gain of 6 on the play.
Just inside zone it, cut back. We got a guy down. Looks like he got hurt, number 21.
Oh, that's Mark Tolan. That's another DN down. You're already without.
He's down. They call
you're already without
official timeout.
Yeah.
Looks like he's grabbing it. I think it's his ankle.
You're already without Powell Gordon, who's out. You're without Jimmy Vickerstaff, who was slow coming off the field. I say that, but I see Jimmy's back on the field.
Well, he came off holding his arm funny. You don't know if he just got a good shot right on the arm.
Coach, I think he went. I think he tried to go. He's still holding his elbow. I think he's done. Auburn High is going to have to win this game with DNs number 4 and 5.
He's very upset with himself right now.
And that's with another DN who was in the rotation pushing for playing time. He's out for the next couple of weeks as well. So Auburn High School is going to have to test that depth. D. Anderson in the game, as well as Cam Smith. And quarterback run to the outside. They get the edge. Hardy makes a guy miss. He's going to have first down yardage to about the 33-yard line, gain of 6. If I'm Bob Jones, I'm running outside all day long.
Well, they can't. Well, they hadn't Peter drop all night long outside except just then. But you sit there, they had tight end trips, and that was a little wrinkle there, and they reached everybody for the first time. They ran to the replacement.
Yep.
And they reached him with the tight end. And now, like you said, that might be something they need to start doing all night long, and maybe that's the reason why you said it.
Interior defensive linemen got to step up because the linebackers are going to have to be aware of DNs that are now playing that are hurt. Here's a little out route, has Fields. Fields makes a guy miss.
Good open field
and he's going to have close to first down yardage. And I know the thought was to put Yancey on Fields. That was not Yancey on Fields. And they might have ran their cover 2 stuff or their cover 2 read stuff. Gain of about 11 on the play. First down, Bob Jones.
Well, it's to number 5. He was the inside receiver. He just ran a speed out, and that's hard to cover from safety.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's hard to cover that from the safety position.
Inside handoff once again to Salter. That's a great job. Interior line play there by Cameron by number 99, Jordan Reese. No gain on the play, and an offensive lineman down. That is Tafari Alsimi.
Alsimi? Yeah, he's down. I saw him go down.
No gain on the play.
Well, that's what we need. We need to get him in a passing situation, then find out where 5 is and stop him.
Yeah.
They haven't thrown. I don't know if they've thrown it to anybody all night other than 5. It's been him on speed out, him on slant. That's been about it. And then on that cross flag thing that they threw for the touchdown right at the end of the half.
We'll go ahead and take this timeout. Well,
it's an official timeout.
It is I was about to send it to break, but the radio timeout break is a bigger healer of injuries than the Magic Soccer Water in Europe, than anything else. And it looks like Alsimi is walking gingerly over to the sideline. And the other thing is just figure out where he was on the offensive line, send a blitz right there.
Yeah. I was daydreaming about something else at the time.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of like baseball. You know, you foul one off your foot, you throw the fastball back on the inside corner. You see a DN come off, you run at the DN. You see a guard come off, you send a blitz at the guard. You see a corner come off, you throw the go ball.
All right, it's 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9.
And trips to the no. Well, they got a covered lineman. They're not eligible.
Yeah, the lineman is not eligible. He's also got a lineman number, so it's just an inside zone. And able to get a push there across the 50-yard line to about the 48.
Yeah, they got the formation where they got a tight end flanker at the bottom, but the tight end's not eligible because he's got a lineman number.
Yeah.
So the receiver was up on the line of scrimmage. So 56 was in there at tight end position, but not a tight end. Same thing. Same formation. Tight end.
Third down and about 4 or 5 right here. Auburn shows blitz, now backs up. It's an RPO over the middle of the field. That time, Trey Nelms came flying up on that RPO read, trying to find White on the slant route, incomplete, 4th down.
That's the play they've been making so much hay on, and that time it was
It's the first time we've seen somebody there, bang, bang.
Well, and it wasn't the best pass.
Right.
The ball was off a little. It led him a little bit too much. He had to reach out, and he was getting hit at the same time. So it's going to be 4th down. They'll have to punt.
Also, Auburn had somebody kind of right. It wasn't Yancey. We thought Auburn might go man-to-man. I know that was a thought that Auburn had, was to put Yancey and just follow him all over the field. They put a safety on him, made him get there, wasn't as open, and Auburn, good adjustment there. Here comes the punt, spiraling punt. Daly's going to take it at the 12, and you're going to go right up the middle. He's not going to get a whole lot. Going to be a gain of about 3 on the punt return. Auburn High takes over. 1st and 10 at the 15, 9:03 left to go. Auburn High School leads 14 here in the 3rd quarter.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me.
You got a fair catch those. But he got it.
Davion into the game next to Pittman. Auburn wants a screen, and to Etheridge. Etheridge going to make a miss, and then he didn't catch it overly clean. And Jaden Edwards, the linebacker for Bob Jones, made the tackle behind him. Gain of 9 on the play.
Well, we kind of just drop back, look right. Throw back left. He didn't catch it clean, but if he'd have caught that clean, we'd be singing a fight song right now.
2nd and 1 now. Davion moves to the left side. And Pittman hands it off. Williams into the open at the 50, cuts back, gets a block. He's at the 40, cuts back again at the 35. Going to be dragged down at the 29-yard line. Big play for Davion Williams.
And a good job by Williams to take his time and be patient in every respect. And when he hit that hole, he hit it, and then the defenders are closing on him. The receivers are still blocking downfield. He's using his receivers without making them block, just using them like as a shield and running like next to him and let them shield for him, and then making, just dancing, weaving, and then all of a sudden they got him from behind.
Gain of 47 on the play.
Great run. Now we're at the 29-yard line.
At the 29 going in, 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Auburn High up 2 touchdowns. Pittman drops back. Auburn wants to screen to Daly. Daly going across some traffic, and he just couldn't put his foot up. If he's able to get vertical, that one guy came free. It was going to be a touchdown. And it's going to be 1st down, or it's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3, 2nd down and about 7 coming up.
Yeah, and he's shaking his head, too. He knows if he could have put his foot in the ground and got north, that would have been. But the lineman just couldn't quite get out of his way. And it looked like it gained more than it did, but only gained 3 yards.
See what Auburn High wants to do here.
I'm not too sure we didn't have something up top. We had a little stop and go, and ended up throwing it to the tunnel screen.
Auburn puts Daly on the outside, not something Auburn normally does. Handoff up the middle. That's Davion Williams running hard. Get yards across to about the 16-yard line. Gain of about 10 on the play. And with that play, Auburn High School moves into the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast red zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for 30 years. Gain to the 18-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play for Davion.
Right up the middle, right over the center right guard. Nothing fancy. They just blew him out. They got a big 300-plus pounder at nose guard. We moved him pretty good. And it just right up the gut, and that was a big play. Linebackers did not feel as quick as they should have.
2-by-2 receivers. Here, Davion Williams off to the left. Drops back, and it's a screen pass to Etheridge. Etheridge dance, makes a guy miss, goes upfield, makes another guy miss. Is he going to get in the end zone? Yes, he is. Give him 6 from 17 out. Touchdown, Tigers. And there is a flag in the middle of there's 3 flags in the middle of the field.
I have no idea, but I tell you what Etheridge did, he was the inside receiver. All he did was just lined up off the line, and he just kind of backpedaled toward the sideline, showing his numbers to the quarterback. We threw it to him. He made one. The safety was having to come from 8, 9, 10 yards deep to make that open field tackle. It made him miss. The split end did a good job. Number 6, I think it was, blocking for him, and he was able to get it in on the score. Don't know what the flags were for. They indicated that.
They said unsportsmanlike conduct on Auburn. It will be enforced on the kickoff.
For what?
I do not know. I just know they said unsportsmanlike conduct. 17-yard touchdown catch for Cam. And the touchdown for Clyde Pittman, his second touchdown of the day, 1 rushing, 1 passing now. 6:29 left to go here in the third quarter. Auburn High School leads by 20 points, PAT pending. Owsley awaits the snap. Kick is on his way. That kick is up, and that kick is good. 6:29 left to go here in the third quarter. Auburn High School leads by a score of 35-14.
Scott, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the most points anyone scored on Auburn this year? I can't remember.
Let's see. Wait a minute. I have a sheet for that. 0, 14, 14, 13, 17. Opelika and Prattville both scored 14.
Gotcha. Who was 17?
Sorry, not 17, 13, and then 7.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking that this right up there with most that's been scored. So we can hold them. That's not bad. 35-14. I mean, but we're doing this without our spark plug. About that one spark plug in Powell.
Doing it without your biggest game changer on defense.
Yes, and then because he's a guy that creates so much havoc. I mean, that quarterback be running for his life because they ain't going to block Powell.
No, they're not.
But, coach is wisely holding him out one more week just to make sure that concussion is clear. We're kicking off from the 25-yard line after that unsportsmanlike. I mean, that whatever they call it.
Unsportsmanlike. Last time this happened, it resulted in the returning team scoring a touchdown. Owsley will approach, and it's onside kick. And
well, it really wasn't onside. It was a pooch kick right in that dead zone. Nobody fielded the ball. It bounced on about the 50 and rolled down to the 45. We almost got there. If one guy could have made the block, we get the onside kick. I mean, it wasn't a typical onside. It was a pooch. And, you got to think they could have broke it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
Marquand Pitts able to get down on coverage, and it's going to be Bob Jones' best starting field position at their own 45.
On the 45, headed toward the press box. I mean, toward the field house.
Towards the locker room.
On the offensive right hash, defensive left hash. 6 minutes and 26 seconds in the third quarter.
3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. For Hardy. Drops back, looks for a little rub action, now has a receiver, and makes a guy miss. First down yardage. And across the 40-yard line, we'll see where they stepped out. It's going to be at the 37-yard line. Auburn High still has a guy down on the play.
Well, this is where they have not been having much time, and they did not. We had plenty of time that time. He wanted to throw something quick. He wanted to throw some quick ball in the middle. It was covered well by Auburn. They threw it in the quick flat, and the guy that caught the ball just outran the safety trying to run him down from inside out.
Gain of 18 on the play.
And I don't know what we got a little.
Now, the issue is there's an Auburn player that's hurt.
Okay.
Right on the Bob Jones, right at the 50-yard line on the Bob Jones side of the field.
Well, I think he was the one that the safety got outran just barely.
That's Trey Nelms.
See the safety?
He's the safety.
That's what I thought, yeah. Okay, like I said, he would look to the middle and then threw it in the quick flat. There was nobody there. The safety had to come up and make that play. They got a big gain out of that. So
6:16 left to go here in the third quarter.
That's a problem playing, man coverage against folks. I'm not sure they were in man, but there was nobody in the flat, so it must have been man coverage.
8 of 14 is Hardy for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top. Into the game for Nelms is Graham Young. Auburn High shows blitz, and Auburn High guessed right, and it's going to be a big loss on the play. Loss of about 7 or 8 on the play. I don't know if that was a read or a straight give. Either way, if it was a read, bad read was made. Auburn High timed it perfectly.
It was not a read. Middle linebacker ran through. It was a give all the way, and he just hit it 4 yards, 5 yards deep in the backfield.
Brad Harper.
Great call by Coach.
Brad Harper, D. Anderson come through. Braden Joyner slow to come off, and now Auburn High School is having to get even deeper into that depth charts. Loss of 6 on the play.
3-by-1 here.
Play action, drop back, stepping up into the pocket. Auburn High corners play it well, throws across the middle of the field. Does he make the catch? No, he does not. Incomplete on the play.
Oh, he marked it. It's good.
That guy right here came flying across saying incomplete. Oh, wow, they're going to give it to him.
I mean, I saw the way the back judge.
I'm just saying what the official who came from the Auburn side said incomplete. He was overturned. First down yardage, gain of 13 on the play. Yeah, and Coach Etheridge wants words with the officials.
That's when you'd like to have replay.
Well, we had it in the state, and I guess with COVID it went away, and it hasn't been brought back up.
I'm going, what does replay got to do with COVID?
Well, they didn't want anybody touching any equipment or anything like that, but COVID made it go away, and it hasn't come back since because Auburn High School has the system that was being used still. It's going to be a gain on the play, gain of about 13. Actually, let's see. It was marked at about the that ain't no catch. Coach.
I can't tell. It looks like it might have gone through and hit the ground, but if it didn't, I mean, he may have cradled it. I don't know. But here again, it's an example. The quarterback with his feet got out of
Yes, sir.
The ends rushed. We didn't bring any pressure from the middle. We faked it, then we backed out. So the play he wanted was not there because he thought we were blitzing. And so he won it with his feet to the left, ran it towards the sideline, and then threw it and got a good catch.
Got good passing numbers here tonight, does Hardy. Auburn shows blitz up the middle, and they come up the middle. Inside zone, nice job by the Auburn defensive linemen. And then finally, linebackers get there to flow. Gain of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see who that was on
94 or 7? I can't.
It was 75 on the play.
75.
Braden Joyner comes back in the game after being shaken up.
Yeah, he had first hit on that and pulled him down, and then linebackers came in and helped clean it up. This running back's a physical kid, so he's not wimpy. He's physical.
4:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Auburn High School leads by 3 touchdowns, but Bob Jones looking for more.
All right,
handoff inside, gain of 4, third and about 4 coming.
Get a little chippy there. One of the Bob Jones guys kind of get a little extracurricular, and our guy retaliated, but we didn't get a flag. Probably should have. Second guy always gets called.
Yep. Third down. Now Auburn High School having to use their depth. Coach Etheridge having a conversation with some of the players coming off.
They're in a tight end flanker to the right, twins to the left, with number 5 is the inside receiver. And they got a back to that side, so it's maybe that slant again. You don't know.
Inside zone. First guy there can't make the tackle. He's going to be close to his first down yardage. Cleveland in there on the tackle along with Malik Mason. Fourth
and 1, or less than 1.
On third down and about 3, it's a gain of about 2.
Look for the quarterback to carry the ball.
Last time in this situation was quarterback ISO. It's inside zone, first down and inside to about the 6-yard line, 5-yard line, gain of about 5 or 6 on the play.
You had it right.
First and goal.
6. Come on, defense. We got to buckle up. They just right at us. They was just running right at us on that one. These guys hadn't been playing much. They might be a little winded.
Quarterback ISO up the middle. First guy through doesn't make the tackle. Spinning around is Hardy. He's going to get down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. D. Anderson slow to get up. Malik Mason, and Auburn cannot afford another defensive end to be down. D. Anderson trying to suck through some pain.
So what they did, the guard pulled and kicked out the defensive end on that quarterback lead. And it's 3rd down and about 3.
Should be 2nd and goal from the 3.
I'm sorry, second, yeah. 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
Tigers up by 21. Bob Jones looking to cut into it. The quarterback ISO. Auburn has backside pressure. Clark Cleveland there trying to rip the ball out. In there is Graham Young. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down and goal from the 4 coming up.
Great job by the linebacker coming up, walking up, and just running him down from behind. It's a foot race for just running him down from behind. Quarterback never saw him.
Right.
He didn't see him. He caught the ball, was running just quarterback sweep left, and ran him down from behind.
Auburn High trying to get some subs into the game. Malik Mason into the game. Avery Young into the game.
13 seconds on the play clock.
Cam Jordan into the game. Auburn goes with their goal line bear defense right here. Auburn in press man-to-man coverage. Hardy drops back. Now looking to run, trying to break contain. He's going to break contain and score from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Bob Jones.
Quarterback draw. Good call. Quarterback draw with that bear look. That means your tackle's not covered on that. So with the bear look, you got an uncovered B gap, or C gap actually. And so what happens is the ends get upfield. There's an opening there. He shows pass, runs right where he left from.
Once again, swinging gate here from Bob Jones, and now they'll have to go back and decide the numbers aren't there. Now they will kick, and yes, Coach, to answer your question, this is now the best offensive production a team has had against this Auburn High School defense. Low snap, kick is on his way. The kick is up, and that kick is good. 1:52 left to go here. Bob Jones has cut it back to a 14-point lead, and they go 55 yards for the touchdown, and Auburn High School will have to answer here.
Minute 52 in the 3rd quarter.
$1:52 left to go here, 3rd quarter. Defense is gassed. The defensive line is hurt and banged up. And Auburn needs its offense to come through. Auburn needs to have a big drive right here. And also, Auburn probably needs, for the first time all year long, a time-consuming drive.
Well, and that's where running the football comes into play. Being patient. You got the offense. Your offensive line ain't beat up. Your offensive line is able, and plus two, some of those offensive linemen can play defense. So, if that's what you need.
Avery was in on that play. Yep.
Yeah, because he was at the 3 technique. But now you're looking at a situation where we do need to eat clock up, and we can't. We have been able to do that. We've been able to move the ball, running it. So hopefully we can eat some clock up, running the football, and keep this thing out of Bob Jones' hands.
Pooch kick now to the other side. Auburn will take it at about the 35-yard line, looking to come this way now. Looking to get a block is Flakes. Flakes puts his foot in the ground, now goes the other way. He's at the 40, cuts back to the other way at the 50. Going to be spun around and going to be tackled at about the 47, 48-yard line. Tyler Flakes, the sophomore running back, with a nice return. Auburn has it inside the 50.
Yeah, it gives us short, not a short field, but certainly shorter than a typical kickoff return would be. That's a good kickoff return by Flakes, and Auburn's in good field position here.
Auburn will take over at the 47-yard line. Last time they had it, they went about the whole field, highlighted by Davion Williams' 47-yard run. Auburn High looking for another touchdown. Massey to the left of Pittman. Pittman hands off to Massey. Massey puts his foot in the ground. That offensive line gave Killian Massey 3 yards before anything happened, and Massey's able to get 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
They came out there with the tight end flanker into the boundary and just ran right behind it. Just power football, just ran right behind it. Nothing fancy. Everybody just man-on-man blocking, and just the problem with that is when you get movement, like I've said before, when you get movement, linebackers don't know where to fit.
Right.
And unless they're running through, they got a problem when you got a mass of bodies like that. Same formation.
Massey moves to the right. Here comes Daly on this motion, sweep motion. Auburn gets good pressure, and he's going to have 1st down yardage. Daly running hard, gets close to the 30-yard line. See where they mark him dead, or mark him down, rather.
Well, cut it any way you want. It's basically the same looking play.
Yeah.
as the play before. Just different guy with an extra blocker. The back is now lead blocker for the motion guy who's getting a little speed sweep. That's a little pitch sweep, speed sweep. And then and here again, great movement on that right side.
E.J. Harris, the right tackle there, able to get his guy, drive him downfield. Gain of 11, that actually goes down as a pass and catch for 11 yards. Massey moves to the right side. Here comes Etheridge moving now as the tight end. Dropping back is Pittman. He wants the go route, looking for Josephson, not able to make the play. If he throws the post, it's a touchdown.
We had that, but this is 4-down territory, so it's not a bad call. It's 4-down territory. Yeah, we got the post. The defender never really looked back for the ball, which is smart. You don't look for the ball when you're the defender unless you're on top of the receiver. If you're running under the receiver, you don't look for the ball. When you do, you're going to slow down, and that's going to be a catch, or got a good chance for a catch if it's a
not the NFL
ball.
where you got to worry about face guarding either. 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line going in for Auburn High. Massey moves to the left to Pittman. Pittman moves a receiver in motion, little counter action for Massey. Massey makes one guy miss, runs hard across the 25-yard line, close to the line to gain for the first. It's going to be a gain of about 9 on the play. So 3rd down and short coming up for Auburn High School, which is going to be the first play of the 4th quarter. At the end of 3, our score 35-21. We head to the 4th. We got ourselves a football game. Auburn High School leads by 2 scores, looking for more. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
So I wanted to talk with you and your mom today, Lily, because of some of the changes your friends and teachers have seen in you lately. And along with the incident the other day, you were with Derek when he was caught selling marijuana.
Yeah, he was selling it.
Honey, we know. But we care about you and want to know what's going on.
That's right.
The hands, reads it. Massey gets strung out, makes one guy miss, and then there's a defense. The linebacker hangs on to the belt clip and able to spin him around. No gain on the play. Actually lost a yard. 4th down coming up.
Well, outside zone to the right, and they brought a guy off the edge for the quarterback, so he had to give it. They kind of set the defense so if they gave it to Massey, we got him on the outside now. This might be the time where we're going to need to run something right at him.
Well, 4th down.
Maybe right over that left side. We haven't run over that left side in a while.
4th down and 4. Auburn goes 2 receivers now, or 2 tight ends rather. Let's see what Auburn, or do they want to take a shot with one of these receivers? And looking into the flat for Cam Etheridge, going to be hit and incomplete on the little boot, and it'll be a turnover on down. 1st down, Bob Jones.
Well, what that was, we were faking it, and then it was a tight end delay. Ball was a little bit behind him. He wasn't able to catch it and run at the same time. He had to look, turn. The defender made the hit. If he caught it in stride, he still might have had a hard time making the play because the defender read it well.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
WGZZ, Waverly, Auburn, Opelika.
I like the call.
Defense just got to stop. Little handoff inside to Salter. Gain of a few. Brings up a 2nd down and about 4. or about 6,
just
rather.
Just a dive right over their left guard and tackle, or left guard and center, really, on our right side.
2nd and 6 now. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Defensive line needs to step up and make some plays right here for Auburn High. Hardy drops back, wants it underneath, overthrown, and then Graham Young came flying up to hit the receiver. Incomplete, 3rd down coming.
It was overthrown, but that had a chance to get picked. I mean, that ball was almost a little bit too much, and defenders were breaking on it well.
Incomplete on the pass. Bob Jones now 32 rushes, 79 yards on the night. 3rd down, big 3rd down here. 10:38 left to go in the ball game. Auburn High School leads by 2 touchdowns, 35-21. Hardy has it, drops back, looks to the right, now looks to scramble to the right. Thought about the post, will now throw the post. Carson Yancey is there for the pick. Yancey cannot keep his feet, and Carson Yancey there. That is his 4th pick of the year. Carson Yancey already with a touchdown on the night as well. He ran the post for the receiver.
The thing about it is we really didn't have pressure on the quarterback. He had time to throw the ball, but he just slap over through it. Yancey was on top of the receiver, so he can be looking for the ball, and he got a pick.
So Auburn High School now has an opportunity to chew some clock and punch this one in. Auburn High School will take over at their own 24-yard line.
We made a lot of hay running off tackle. Maybe we can do it again.
10:28 left to go at the start of this drive. Pittman in the gun to Woods. Williams, rather. Williams right up the middle. Puts his foot in the ground at the 50, 45, 40. Breaking tackles, carrying defenders all the way down to the 31-yard line. Big gain on the play. There is a flag on the play.
Well, that was right up the gut, and he hit it fast. Holding.
Illegal block on Auburn High School.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, I saw the clip. Look, now let's take some scores. Brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. 31-7 in the 4th quarter, Central over Opelika. 50-14, Enterprise over Fort Walton Beach. Still no update on Dothan and Gadsden County out of Florida. 28-16, Hoover over Prattville. 38-0, Thompson over Mountain Brook. 18-12, Lynette over Handley. Number 2, Lynette playing number 1, Handley. That game inching towards the 4th quarter, rather. As those scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza in Auburn. That second time a block has happened and Auburn ends up with the ball right where they started with it. And Auburn has a massive play erased because of an illegal block. Looks like it came from the near side and it came from a receiver.
That was a great run, too.
It was a great run by Davion Williams.
Well, let's just be patient. Hey, the thing is we're eating clock. Even though it's 1st and 10 again, we're eating clock.
Little bubble pass out to VJ. No gain on the play. No gain on the play, rather. It's going to be 2nd and 10 on the completed bubble pass.
Yeah, we just got twins, and the inside receiver just kind of backpedaled and caught the ball, and the safety did a good job of closing. There could be a slant route off of that to replace where that safety left from if we can get it.
When Auburn runs that bubble, most of the time that's off of inside zone action. So the other thing is Auburn has many of fake bubble go routes in the playbook. There is a whistle and now an official timeout, something coming from the far side.
Oh, they had to change. They had set the change wrong.
So, it was first and it was. I don't think it was supposed to be 1st and 10. I think it was supposed to be 1st and about 8
or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that. I don't know.
I'm going to give that chain gain some heck. I actually know one of them.
All right, 2nd and about 8.
2 receivers to the near side. Williams bounces over, and he takes it. Now looks to bounce it outside. He's going to get hit and driven out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, got a flag for something.
Bob Jones is upset. So is an Auburn player. I'm not sure where this is going.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike, probably whatever it is.
On somebody.
Looks like we're clapping, so let's see.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Bob Jones. First down.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Hey, by the time we got a break.
Yeah, I know, right?
By the time we get a break. I mean, you sit there and just not getting any breaks, and now you get one. Let's take advantage of it.
So Auburn High gets the first down via penalty. 9:03 left to go here.
Clock.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter. You'd love a score here. You love for this drive to take off about 4 minutes or so.
I would, but I want that defense to rest. I want to score, but I would like to see us just eat it up. And
Pittman drops back, looks for the drag underneath, has Daly. Nice tackle in the open field, gain of about 2.
We've hit that 2 times previous, same exact play with him running that low drag, and it's been open both times. That time Bob Jones did a good job of reading it and making it for about a yard gain.
Brady, find the records book and see individual catches in a game, because I got Bakari with about 7 right now.
So we're at 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9.
8 minutes and 20 seconds in that game.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the top. Flakes into the game, flares out. It's a screen. And Harson throws it to nobody.
No, we had number 28. No, they cannot call that. 28 was in the vicinity.
Are they going to call? Here's the issue. 28 was in the vicinity. Guess who was also in the vicinity?
Lineman downfield.
Lineman downfield. You had a screen. Ball can't go. Ball cannot cross the line of scrimmage when that happens. Because it's not grounding, not from that official. It can be illegal downfield. And there it is, illegal downfield.
Yep.
Yeah, so Bakari Daly with 7. I have him with 7 catches right now, and that ties him with Noah Barnes, Kyle Sykes, Greg Smith, Tommy Elliott, and Jeremiah Askew for 7th most in a game in Auburn High School history. Second down and about 14 coming after the illegal downfield. That beats 3rd down and 18. Too high look here for Bob Jones. Flakes into the game. Now moves over to the other side. Drops back. Auburn wants another screen to Daly. Daly gets 1 block, gets a 2nd block into the middle at the 50. He's at the 40, into the open field, breaking to the near side. 20, 15, 10, touchdown! Bakari Daly as he scores from the 40-yard line, a gain of 60 on the play. Touchdown Tigers on the little receiver slip screen.
All right. You got your wish. You wanted us to score quick. I wanted us to score slow. Dadgummit, we'll take it. Just doggone now. It's 7 minutes and 51 seconds, and they're going to get the ball, and our defense got it back on the field.
I said a 4-minute drive. I didn't say a 2-play drive.
Oh, man.
60-yard catch and run by Bakari Daly.
What a great run after catching the ball, because the guy was hawking him down. He just pulled away. That was a really pretty good, pretty catch and run. We'll take it.
Also, VJ Leverett and back on getting a block on the safety. Well done there by VJ. Owsley on to attempt the PAT. Snaps. Letter high. Best gets the ball down. The kick is up, and that kick is good. 7:51 left to go here. Tigers put another one on the board, 42-21 now. But you're right, that defense who's a little beat up and a little tired, got to go back out there.
I just hate the defense has got to get back on the field.
Yeah,
but the thing is, on the play, when it first started developing, you could see it was a tunnel screen, and the defensive line did not bite.
Right.
But he's a 300-pounder. He just couldn't. He was trying to get back.
He was trying.
Couldn't. He saw it. He just did not a thing he could do about it.
I have Bakari Daly with 8 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. And that ties him for 3rd all-time for a single game in Auburn High School, and that ties him with Tommy Naismith, Jamarcus Knight, and Eugene Rowell, as well as Oscar Andrews. They're trying to catch Ralph Spry and Bryson Clegg. I think you know that Ralph Spry guy.
Yeah, he played for Minnesota.
He did. He could roll.
Daddy's a track coach at Auburn University.
Yes, sir. 7:51 left to go here. Bakari Daly having himself one heck of a day, as is Clyde Pittman. Got to put this one out of the end zone, though. Owsley approaches, booms it away.
That's going to go.
And that will go into the end zone. It'll have to be an 80-yard drive coming for Bob Jones.
Yeah, that one hit right in the middle of the A in the end zone. So about right in the middle. All right, defense, let's go. You know they're going to be throwing, so we're going to have some pass rush. We got to get some pressure on them, but, you know.
Well, that scares you with Hardy because if you get two pass
rush. You get
rush,
scattered too much, he'll hurt you. Because he's better with his feet, throwing after he gets open with his feet, gets free with his feet.
D. Anderson into the game. Braden Joyner, Jordan Reese into the game. Cam Smith in the game as well.
We're lined up funny.
Little inside handoff, and it's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play. Octavian Brown gets the tackle.
They just ran to the shade nose 5 side. In other words, the nose guard and the next guy, there's nobody on the tackle. They just ran right there where that spot is. Linebacker wasn't there to fill as quick as he needed to be.
Gain of 5 on the play. See Clark Cleveland checks out. 7:24 in counting, and Auburn High School leads 42-21. I am surprised Bob Jones is taking as long as they are.
That's what I was just thinking. They sure are taking a long time considering the situation.
Here comes motion. Little inside zone. Keep it by Hardy. Hardy has his first down across the 30-yard line to about the 33-34, gain of about 8 or 9.
Yeah, just faking the speed sweep, or really running the sweep, faking the speed sweep, faking the inside zone. Quarterback kept, defensive end just bit on the zone. Quarterback kept it for a good play. I don't mind seeing them run the ball right here. The clock doesn't stop. They're running the ball. They are taking forever to call a play. So,
as Brady just pointed out, it's a different quarterback in. Bryson Smith, 6'1", 185, a junior, into the game at quarterback. He gets the high snap and throws it underneath, has his receiver. And the receiver is going to be spun around and have 11 yards and a first down on the play.
That's the same play, that little faking inside zone, throwing the slant to number 5.
I think they got there a different way that time. I think it was kind of a stick-flat concept. Looked like he was a little bit settled that time as opposed to just the slant over the middle of the field. Wait and see if we get a replay. 6:11 and counting left to go here in the third quarter, or in the fourth quarter, rather. It's a lot of motions and stuff being signaled in by Bob Jones.
All right, I'm just watching the sideline just to see if we're going to get what I thought. Some kind of switch route. Yep, there it is.
Drop back and throwing it over the top and beat him by about, or had him beat, but overthrows him by about a step and a half. Incomplete, 3rd and 10.
You know, they called a rub route up top. You can't see it on the replay, but they're rubbing at the top, but they just ended up throwing it back to the one receiver side, and it wasn't even a 50-50 ball. It was a safety over the top. I said 50-50, but really the safety was there too.
And also it was kind of a underneath rub. They had 2 guys going down the field. Auburn had guys running stride for stride with the guys down the field on the right side as well. 3-by-1 set, 3 receivers to the wide side, which is the right side of the field. Little inside give. No, it's going to be a quarterback keep. Nice tackle there by Braden Joyner, I believe, makes the play. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, just the quarterback faked it to the running back, and then he just kept it right up the middle, and like you said, got about 3.
Actually, no. Deuce White makes the play, the sophomore, into the game.
Like I said, though, I just see poor clock management right here by our opponent, because they really need to be getting more plays in if they want to have any hope. Of course, it's about gone.
Well, also,
unless we have major catastrophes and breakdowns.
Smith, the quarterback, steps up. Now he's got to play room to run. It's coming back because of a hold. It's going to be tackled at about the 32-yard line, but there is a hold on Bob Jones. And it's way back there.
Well, and here's where, inexperienced defensive end, you just come in, the linebacker's coming flying and just taken out. And he got tackled. That's why they got the hold.
Yeah, linebacker came flying up. You got to hope that defensive
end. Yeah, the linebacker walked up from stacked linebacker, from Will linebacker, and just came off the edge, and the back tackled him.
So that's going to be from the 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 48, and that is about an 18-yard penalty.
And that's going to run the clock too. As soon as to me, I'm saying if I'm Bob Jones, I got to play ready to go right now. Let's go. But it looks like they're taking their time.
5 minutes left to go here. And running, Auburn High School leads 21 or by 21, 42-21. Snap, looking back,
wheel route,
looking for the stick. Pogue jumps up on it, and a miscommunication there. And it's going to be punting time as the quarterback thought that it was going to be I don't know what he thought it was. All I know is he missed his target by about 3 yards on the outside.
I'm curious what happened to their starting.
I don't know if they thought that they were going to have to throw it. They would just. I know he was banged up earlier, hurting his right shoulder. At the end of the day, this game, like, it's great if you win it, but it doesn't mean anything. Auburn High wants a timeout, and Coach Etheridge is not happy. We're gonna take it with them. 4:45 left to go here. Auburn High School leads 42-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. 64-21 your score down there.
Yeah, against Fort Walton. I remember a time when it wouldn't be that way, though. Enterprise and Fort Walton would have been a barn burner. It's just no pressure, so he's just able to take his time. Let it go. Did that hit him?
Well, the way that everybody responded, it did not. So it'll be a long punt touchdown at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, the problem with that is when you get a low-line drive kick like that, you need to position yourself 10 or 12 yards down in line with the ball as it's rolling. So if it gives you a Sunday hop, you can get it and can save. Yeah. We had an extra 15 yards after the ball hit the ground.
And I think Bakari was thinking that because he tried to run up and make that catch.
And maybe he had to run too far over to one side, and that's when you just let it go. You just got to take it like it is.
Yeah, but this is when you need a 4.5-minute drive right here to put this game away. Pittman into the game. Tyler Flakes, the sophomore, into the game at running back. Inside handoff. No, as Pittman will keep it. And, well, Coach, nowadays officials are awfully quick to run that clock.
Clock's running.
Oh, the official said to run it. So,
okay. Gain
of about 6 on the play by Pittman.
Because he went out of bounds.
Yes, he did.
Okay, well, all right, we're conceding. And I don't see Bob Jones fussing about it, so that's okay. If the other sides agreed to that, that's the way it is. Quarterback kept the ball off the inside zone look.
Flakes up the middle, bounces it outside, has his first down to about the 35-yard line. Check that, the 25-yard line.
Yeah, just a zone again. Zone left again, running right over our big boy side. All of them are big, but
yeah,
Bobo and Avery are a little bit bigger than normal.
Gain of 7 on the play.
But are they in there?
Well, Bobo just checked out.
Okay. Well, I don't feel stupid then.
I think everybody's trying to play this one out, and region play starts.
If they're going to run the clock, start getting people in the game.
Region play starts next week, so another handoff to Flakes.
We're beat up enough on defense.
Absolutely. To about the 20-yard line. Actually checked at the 30-yard line, gain of about 5 on the play.
I guess Bob Jones figures if they're starting quarterbacks out, let's just get it over with.
Only starter I see in the game. I see Joe Frazier and E.J. Harris into the game, or staying in the game.
Yeah, you don't want him any missed snaps. That's for sure.
Gain of about 5 on the play.
And Frazier's been snapping the ball well all year.
And off inside to Flakes.
Good
Flakes puts
cut.
his foot in the ground, lowers his head, and runs over some guys. That's so late. That might be a face mask.
I don't know. But that was a heck of a cut by the back. He was running out, inside zone, and somebody got overtaken, so he cut right back into the A gap, holding on Auburn.
I said Flakes, but that's wrong. It's Nelms, Jadalen Nelms, the senior running back, getting the carry there. Nice run, powerful run.
I think it was holding downfield. I don't think
was.
it was holding at the line of scrimmage.
And also into the game, Davis Harson at quarterback.
There's a little baiting out there by Bob Jones.
Yeah, I know. You saw that, too, on the replay.
On the replay. He baited the guy. He shoved our guy, and then we look at the official. Why come you not calling?
Yeah. Stoppage by the umpire.
I do have no idea what's going on.
They sent a player off. And another.
The officials did?
Yep.
Must have been an equipment problem.
Yeah, they're looking at his helmet. So Harson into the game. Nelms next to him. Little handoff inside. Leaves it to Jadalen. Jadalen's going to get hit. JJ, as it is. And he's going to get about a yard. 3rd down and 5 coming in. As
we're running them in right and left now.
Auburn will have a host of receivers check into the game. And at this point in time, I think Coach Etheridge just trying to find a way to make sure all seniors get into the game.
That's good.
2 minutes left to go here. Auburn High School leads by 21. 3rd down and 5 coming. If Auburn runs it, I believe Harson might try to keep it.
Nope.
And he's going to leave it with Nelms, and Nelms runs hard, gets close to his 1st down yardage.
Blow the whistle.
And there's a flag coming in. Going to have his 1st down yardage.
I think we're going to get a penalty on number 2 for Bob Jones, it looks like. Looks like a little extra stuff.
Hey, you had a flag coming in from the back judge right at a receiver and a DB away from the play.
Yeah, wasn't even near the play. And the official went up and pointed. He's talking to him now. He's telling him something. So it must be on them. That's going to be a 1st down. That's wrapping the game up. I expect we'll be kneeing this one out.
Face mask. Well, I think with you probably could, but I do think Auburn might try to give Nelms a couple more carries, the senior. Not trying to score or anything.
No, and that's understandable.
Auburn inching towards 200 rushing yards as a team. Nelms has it, puts his foot in the ground, runs into a couple of Bob Jones defenders.
Number 2 out here again.
It's another flag. Another face mask on
the same guy.
Now's when you take it. Well, now's when you take a knee. Let's get out of here.
If it's starting to get chippy, you don't want to get a kid get in a fight, get tossed for the game because in a cleanup role. I mean, let's. But I mean, here again, you feel you're sympathetic for these seniors, these guys that don't get to play as much. You want to let them get some PT. You may need them later in the year.
And Bob Jones over 100 yards of penalties. But the other thing is you don't want to rub it into Bob Jones. You don't want to score a touchdown here.
No. But if I'm Bob Jones, I'm taking number 2 out of the game. He's had 2 penalties back to back. Face mask, stupid stuff.
I think Bob Jones is also calling timeout. They want to. Hey, it's almost like, hey, guys, come on, let's stop. 1:16 left to go here. Auburn High School a couple of plays away from putting the finishing touches on this one. Not pretty, but it's a 42-14 lead for Auburn High. And, the other thing is things – Bob Jones did some things offensively, schematically, that allows you –
exposed us.
Yeah, it allows you to go to work.
Yeah, they exposed some things, and, I guarantee you, Coach Nix is going to try to take advantage of that next week at Central.
And he likes to throw it. He likes to go RPO.
Showcase his son with RPO.
Yeah.
So, we need to be
ready to go.
Shoring some things up.
So, we'll see what the call is here, but I'm pretty sure it's time to take a knee and go home. Bob Jones, you know, they still got to get on that charter bus and take a long drive back home.
Let me tell you something. It is a long ride
Yeah,
after something like this. Well, number 2's still out there. Let's see if he gets chippy again.
.116 left to go here.
You know,
Inside handoff once again.
Right up the gut. He almost broke that thing, didn't he?
Nice run there by Sharif Muhammad, the senior running back. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Number 30, Sharif Muhammad off the right tackle. Stop made by number 39.
You know, if I'm Coach Etheridge right now, you know, when that timeout took place, I'm telling him I got to look. Nothing cheap. Don't let them bait you into something. We got a game, big game. Probably our biggest game of the year up to this point next week. So don't get baited into something stupid.
Little inside handoff, and that's going to be how this one's going to come to an end.
Wrap it up right there.
42-21, your final score. Auburn High School gets the win, and more importantly, they are going to move to 6-0 on the year. And now I guess we can officially talk about it. It's Central Week. 42-21, your final score. Auburn High School gets the win over Bob Jones, a game Bob Jones team who came up and played well and I think gave Auburn some good film to look at.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, certainly I think Bob Jones, to their credit, exposed some things. But let's back up a little bit too. Ain't everybody got a receiver that'll make that gutsy catch and then break a couple of tackles and do those things. I mean, they only hit it one other time successfully.
Yep.
And after the first drive, but that was the thing that was scaring me, is the fact that they just kept coming back. You know, that if they came back to that, we couldn't stop it. But we made some good adjustments and we're able to get out of this thing now. Right now, we got to get folks healthy.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's happened to our defensive front. We got to get folks back healthy.
Absolutely. We come back, we'll have the post-game show. 42-21, Auburn High School leads. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Whether you're a senior golfer or pro athlete, high school football player, or Little League superstar.